Hello and welcome to the 11th episode of the Trip Sitters podcast. We are without Vivek again today, but he will be on the next one. We promise. He said he wanted some good weather. Oh, God. Welcome to the. He said he wanted to enjoy the good weather. He said the UK has been really terrible with weather this summer, and there's been actually some good weather today, so he wanted to enjoy it. So we're letting him give that break. Last week's podcast was a really good one. I really enjoyed it. I really like talking to the cultivation expert, the Psychonaut Marine guy. If you guys didn't follow him, I think you guys should. You can learn a lot about psychedelics and stuff. And yeah, so let's wait for some people to come in here. It's Sunday. I don't know whether or not to watch this now. I usually just listen to podcasts when I'm going to bed. Yeah, I mean, why not both? Why not both? I agree with Ari. I agree with Ari on that one. Shout out Ari. Yippee. Yep, yippee. So, I got a message. So hold up. Let me see here. It's up now. My friend wants to watch it. You are. Anyways, oh baby, a triple. Yeah, I wanted to get something out here, just a little bit, because I want to try to do a podcast, release a live stream every week, and I figured Sunday is probably the best for a Trip Sitters podcast. I do want to get this. I do want to talk about something that happened the other day with me in here, but I don't want to do it just right now. I want to wait until everyone's in here that can be, because it's very important, and I think everyone should know what's going on. But I do have a Miller High Life here, drinking it, and it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really good time. Um, Can you guys hear me? Am I? You guys can hear me, right? I just want to make sure, because I don't know if I'm talking or not. Let me know really quickly. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Let's go. Let's hurry up here. All right, there's a heart. Okay, yes. Okay. I just want to make sure, because no one was saying anything, and I was just wondering. But anyways, we got 16 people in here. I'm assuming there's not going to be too many. It's a Sunday at 3 o'clock. Like, that's not a very good time to do a podcast. It's a really weird time for me, at least. But yeah, my friend, I wonder if he's on yet. I want to wait for him to be on so I want to talk about his trip. Let me know when you're on so I can talk about your trip. Doop-a-da boop, 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 doop-a-da boop, 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 doop-a-da boop. It's about penis envy. Penis envy mushrooms are very strong. I actually have a video coming out in the second channel, Penis Envy Trip Reports to Fall Asleep 2, Volume 1. That'll be something, right? It's already on Spotify, so yeah, if you guys want to go check that out. Not right now, because you're on the podcast, but yeah, it's on Spotify right now. My Instagram is still down. I got deleted for community guidelines posts. I got enough that were deleted. So I'm using Datura God. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, go follow Datura God. I will be posting on there like the normal memes. It's not crazy. It's not like 53,000 followers I was having, but at least I have some sort of backup on there. And it's not like a lot. Like, I have to worry about, like, not a lot of people are messaging on me on there, thank God. Like, it just, sometimes it got overwhelming with messages and stuff, and I just wanted to die, and just, there's just too many messages. I gotta follow Bender the Chonky Cat on this page. I forgot about him. How could I forget about that? Follow the Honk Cat. So funny. I love that cat. I also gotta follow Winky. I forgot about Winky. What the hell? What am I doing, man? Winky the dwarf cat. So cute. Best cat ever. I think Winky is my favorite for sure. But Bender comes in a close second, and then Phoebe. Oh, I gotta follow Phoebe too. Dude, I gotta follow all these cats. How many? Like, I wish I could see who I was following, so I know like who I can follow again, because that would have been nice. And then Willy Wonky, can't forget him. Oh, he died. I'm sad about that. Am I blocked? No, you're not blocked. Who's sniffing K? Who else? Not me. I will never do ketamine ever again. Ketamine was very, very terrible. So now my friend is on. We're going to talk about his trip. We just had a conversation about it. He said that he basically wanted to die, and he said he felt like no one cared about him. Like, he knew that I cared about him, but like he was with his cousin and everything, and said, like, he just felt like he was not caring too much about him. But his cousin is not very much of like a caring person to begin with. He's very outgoing and loud, and very, like, he's got special requests going on. But yeah, I just got a notification. Thank you, Caleb Joshua, for following me. If you guys follow me, I will shout you out. Follow Datura God right now. I will shout you out on here saying who followed me and who didn't. So yeah, if you guys want to get that, you get a free shout out. But if you already are, good for you. Thank you so much. But yeah, no, he said they felt like that, and just like, he said he was seeing a bunch of fractals. Like, all he could see was fractals. He couldn't see faces and stuff. And yeah, that's the problem with penis envy. Penis envy is so strong. He did 1.2 grams, which is a lot for a penis envy for just like a normal trip. Now, for the mushroom trips I was reading for the video that's going to come out pretty soon after this, people are doing eighths of it. Now, doing an eighth of penis envy, like, that's a lot. Like, that is really a lot. That's like doing close to 6 to 7 grams of normal mushrooms at once, which is a heroic dose. I think an eighth of penis envy is a heroic dose. That's why people have bad trips. But 1.2, if you haven't done it in a while, like, that can be a lot, or 1.3, whatever. I forgot how much he did, but 1.2 or 1.3. But that's what happens. Oh, let's see here. 1.36 is what he said. Is what he took. Is there anything else you want me to point out? I'm just trying to see. He's working right now. Don't ever eat fresh penis envy. Oh boy, fresh penis envy. Hey, shout out Aiden Dorkson. Is that how you pronounce it? Sorry. Yeah, shout out you for following me there. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's get it to 2,000 followers at least. I'd like to do that pretty soon, pretty eventually. But yeah, shout out my Discord mod. Always giving the good advice. I need a new Reddit moderator too. I feel like if anyone wants to do that, please let me know. Please message me on Datura God. But I need someone who can actually do it like all the time. Whoa. Because it's been... I need to moderate that Reddit a lot because people are uploading some weird shit. People just not uploading trip reports. Yeah, no, he said basically it was a terrible time and everyone felt it like he was against him. And that's how I feel when I'm on, when I smoke weed. That's why I don't smoke weed anymore. I feel like I have like Down syndrome and people are just being nice to me. They just want to talk because they want to get that, like, they want to do their good deed for the day. It's really weird to think that. Like, I don't know if it has to do with my moderate symptoms of autism or whatever, but it could be. But that's what I always think. I get paranoid. And very anxious, and that's why I don't smoke, because I get feelings like that. And yeah, no problem. Anunnaki, I think that's how you pronounce it, right? I don't know. But yeah, mushrooms can be very, like, even bad trips. I was saying this in the video. Even bad trips can be very therapeutic in ways. It's not really bad unless you seriously experience depersonalization, dissociation, and shit like that for months afterwards. Then that's how you know it's a bad trip. But like a bad trip like that, like my friend had, it's going to be bad in the moment, but you can learn from it. You can learn not to take as much or learn to be in a better setting, because I think the setting was what really set him off. And yeah, I don't think that, you got to be in the right place, right mindset. Like, sometimes even if you're in the right mindset, it can still go wrong. So it really doesn't matter. It's a very weird experience to experience, especially if you get caught in a thought loop too. That can be a very bad time, like just getting caught in the same thing over and over again. You just can't get out of it. It gets really bad, that to me is a bad trip, but I don't think it's bad per se, like a bad trip, like like something that really affects you for months that you can't get out of. That's a true bad trip to me. I've never experienced anything like that. I've had bad experiences but never I had that bad trip too, like the one I did the second time where I had my friend come over and basically babysit me. But even then though, I laugh about that now because it was so stupid that I was feeling like that. Like I just didn't know how much I did. Everything was sideways and vertical, and I could not put on my pants for the hell of me, for the life of me. Uh, it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, chugging mushy and choking down H2O. Cheers all, but the ticket. Oh, but the ticket. Yeah, buddy boy. Um, yeah, we need some more chaotic emojis in Discord. We need some like fucking ones that go wah 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 wah. You know. Um, I don't know how. Like, I'm glad you guys know how to do that because I have no idea fucking how to do that shit. So I think I really appreciate you moderating that Discord because it really does help out a lot. And yeah, I appreciate people not coming in here and joining. I made this a private channel before going on, so people can't come on. Like people were coming on the last trip and I was the last podcast, and I was like, oh my god, how do I get them off? But then there was a disconnect button I didn't even notice about. So yeah, there was that. Bad trips are your subconscious issues coming to the forefront. Yeah, that's why it's not really considered a bad trip because like that's in you already. Like you are you are living in the bad trip. You are trying to find the good trip, and I think mushrooms are finally they're showing you like it's not just mushrooms. Like acid will do it to you. I don't think 2CB has ever done that to me. 2CB just makes me have a good time, and it kind of wipes my issues out the way. And things like Molly and stuff that makes you like that can make you have a bad trip sometimes too, but like mostly it's always just positive. But you know, if you on the come down, that could be really bad. Hello, how you doing? Elias de la Mora. Hold on, let me answer this message really quick. I'm gonna take a picture. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm drinking a beer. We got 24 people in here. I do want to get into the topic that I wanted to talk about. I know it shouldn't be too personal on here, but I figured like I need to let people know about it. No problem. Just let me know what you want. All right, yeah. There'll be some good ones. I don't even know what chaotic emojis we can add to it. Sober 2 weeks now. Hey, let's give a congratulations to that, Musashi. Sober 2 weeks. Let's give him some love. Let's give him a heart. 100 heart. Bad trips are from taking too much, I think. Yeah, no, I think I think taking a lot will lead you into like a bad experience. I don't think, like I said, the bad trip is not really like a bad trip. Because there's a funny photo that said it's that meme where the guy puts a stick into his bike and then he falls and then his knee is hurting because like he caused it himself. That's what the bad trip thing is like. Like you kind of did it yourself. You're in that position to do that. And yeah, you blame it on the shrooms, but it really isn't the shrooms' fault. It's your fault for not like confronting these problems directly. And the shrooms are actually helping you do that because they're actually making you realize that you have these problems and you need to figure them out, or else they're going to keep on coming onto you into the bad trips, into the bad experiences of the mushrooms, and you'll never not fix it until you've like actually do it yourself in the sober world or even in the mushroom world. Like maybe you'll solve them when you're on the shrooms, but it's probably the best idea to wait until you're sober to figure out your problems, because when you're on shrooms, like I mean, you really just got to experience the trip. But yeah. Ever watch Long Legs again? Pretty sure you got MK Ultra when you watched it. Yeah, no, I never watched it again. I kind of don't want to now because I've been hearing reports that it's not that good after like the first 20 minutes, and some people didn't even like the first 20 minutes because the first 20 minutes, that's when I left. That's when me and my friend left because I couldn't sit there any longer. I started having a panic attack, and yeah, it was it was bad. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was I couldn't see anything. Well, there was the one actress in the movie. I could not see the mom of the detective, not the main detective, but he was like the older one, and he invited her over to his family's house, and I just could not see her face whatsoever. I couldn't really see anyone's face, but like they had her in the background, and like everything was just like trippy around me, and it was just like closing in. Like when you like see lanes in the road when you're tripping on shrooms. Not saying I've ever done that, but it kind of comes in the middle. Same with like roller coasters. If I was when I was watching the roller coaster POVs from Cedar Point, it just looked like it never ended. You know, it just looked like the whole uplifting hill was just never ending, even though it could have been a small hill, and it just went together in like a triangle at the top, and it just never ended. That's what it looks like, and that's why like her face was like inside. It just kept on, like, I could not see it. I could not see the end of it. I could not see the front of it. I could not see anything. Just got here. Shout out Claw267. All right. Hey, love the podcast. Yeah, thank you. Shout out Mantis Pomogi. Like I said, if you guys follow me on Datura God, I will shout you out. DATURAGOD. I will give you a shout out if you follow me on there. Yeah, so just let me, if you guys want to follow me on there, I'm going to be posting, because if you guys are following my normal Instagram, the Trip Keeper, that's where I'm going to be posting all my stuff now. So yeah. Oh, thank you for putting me in your story. I appreciate it. Yeah, because a lot of people don't know that I do have this second page. I was using this as like a backup, but now it has to be a full-fledged thing, because I don't know when I'm going to get it back. I don't know if I'm going to get it back. But yeah. So yeah, if you follow me on there, I will shout you out on this podcast, and you get a free shout out. So yeah, if you guys want to do that. But anyways, I think we got a pretty good amount of people in here for a Sunday at 3 o'clock. So I do want to get into detail with what happened recently. So let me actually pull up this notes that I wrote. I want to talk about it in detail. I don't want to miss anything. So this is going to be very hard for me to get through. I don't know if I should be sharing it or not, because it's a personal thing, and I do run a drug YouTube, a harm reduction thing, so it's kind of contradictory for me to like talk about what I'm about to talk about. But I just want to let you guys know, because it's a very personal thing. I was going to just make a second channel video on it, but I figured the podcast would probably be the best for addressing it. So I was hospitalized the other night. I went there myself. I went to the emergency room because I was I was having terrible withdrawal symptoms from Kratom. Now, if you guys don't know what Kratom is a drug, a plant you can buy at any kind of head shop. They even sell it in gas stations. And you can buy these extracts for it, which are just crazy amounts of Kratom and some Mitragina speciosa, or well, however you pronounce it. I don't even know. That's how I pronounce it, because I don't care. But thank you. Yeah, we support you. Dude has such a great podcast voice. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you guys are here, yeah, you're just going to continue going on. I said, like, I didn't want to go to the hospital. I had talked to my psychiatrist about it. This is why it's like too personal, because I'm getting really personal. But I've gone to this far. I'm not going to stop. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm not going to like commit suicide or anything. But I did have feelings of where I wanted to. I didn't want to commit suicide, actually. I just wanted to not die. I just didn't want to I don't want to live anymore. You know, I just did not care if something would have had to happen where like a tragic accident or like someone broke into my house or something and decided to kill me. Going on the plane to Utah, I wanted it to crash, but I only wanted myself to die. Like, I don't want anyone else to be hurt. I don't want anyone else to be hurt during this, but I just wanted to feel like I wanted to just crash on that plane and just be gone forever. It's getting bad. I stopped. I stopped in the early days of June. So it's been almost 4 weeks since I've been clean off of Kratom, and I've been about, how long since the shrooms? Like a week. I've been clean off of that. The only thing I've been doing has been my prescriptions that I take from my doctor, my Lexapro and my Abilify, and then the Vyvanse, and then alcohol and caffeine. That's what I made a promise to God up above. I said that's what I would do to be safe, try to make a deal with him that like I would never do these things again. I don't know if I'm going to take a break from the shrooms or whatnot, or if it's going to be a permanent thing, because the last 3 times I've been doing the shrooms, especially with the long legs day, that's when it really negatively affected me, and I just couldn't and when I did them in Utah, I did all this in the same day. I did ketamine, I did 2CB, and shrooms, and I also drank a little bit. Like, I drank half a beer until I looked up that ketamine and alcohol is like a terrible combination. So I'm like, okay, that's not a good idea, because the ketamine trip, I felt like I was gonna die. it's it's it made me feel like but I was scared. That's the thing. Like that was after I wanted the plane to crash, and I was still scared to die. So like I really like when you come that close to death, like you don't really want to. That's why I could never like fully do it myself, because it's just like it's such a hard thing to do. But like, you know, crashing your car would feel like an easier thing to do, like crashing into a barrier at like 60 miles an hour or something could be something. But you know, just like actually like hurting yourself on purpose is like very hard to do. You got to be in a really bad mindset for yourself to do that. And I've never, I mean, I've like, me and my friend did this thing where we like hit our thighs really hard, like we punch them, but like that was as a joke. And after we watched Jackass, we started doing Jackass things, so it's like slapping ourselves with rulers and stuff, and stabbing ourselves with like not like hard, but like, you know, just doing stupid shit like that. But yeah, no, the 2CB didn't really affect me, but the ketamine really did. Ketamine, yeah, like I didn't do that much alcohol with it. I only drank half a beer. That's why I was like, it wasn't too much. We support you, Trip Homie. Oh wow, thoughts and prayers, brothers. Thank you. It's the post office, bro. Our contract's still not here. Yeah, we should be getting our more money pretty soon. But yeah, the post office was one of the main reasons why I was doing Kratom. It helped me get through the day. But yeah, no, I felt like I was going to die on the ketamine, and that was the time where I sat in my bed at the hotel and I was like, listen, God, I will stop doing every single drug if you get me through this night, because I was seriously like, I had to keep on getting up. The restlessness from Kratom withdrawals is really horrible. If you guys have never experienced restlessness, good luck for you guys, because that is something I've never experienced before until these past couple weeks, and they have been fucking horrible. You just can't get comfortable everywhere you sit. Like you just want to get up and move. That's why the plane, like I wanted something exciting to happen. I just wanted to like crash so I can actually like do something, get off the plane. That's like another reason why it happened. And when the turbulence actually happened on the plane, I actually was having a great time. People are usually terrified of turbulence, but I was like, woo, woo, yeah. I felt like a fucking awesome roller coaster when I was on it. But yeah, sorry you're going through that. Sending you positive vibes. You got this, man. Thank you. Or vibes. Did I say vibes? Never took case. Sounds scary. Yeah, no, I don't recommend it. I don't know how British people do it all the time. British people are fucking insane. That's like their kind of weed over there. But back into the Kratom. I've been taking it for a couple years now, and this is where the problem was. I was doing anywhere for the past year and a half. I was probably doing anywhere from 45 to 70 grams per day. That sounds like a lot to do, like a 70, like it is a lot, but not. I wasn't doing like the pure capsules, like the 1 gram capsules or half a gram, like doing 140 of those per day. I was taking the extracts, which were equivalent, like the OPMS golds. I didn't really like the OPMS blacks because the OPMS black one wasn't really as strong as the OPMS gold. But the OPMS gold had 10 grams equivalent in there. That's what I read, at least. I believe it too. And then I would do a couple grams on top of that with the capsules that I had. So I would do that like 3 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day. It became to the point like where the last year I was doing 3 doses a day. But before that, I was doing 2. And it wasn't as bad, and it wasn't like as horrible for me. But like when I first started doing it, I was doing 7 grams per day, and that was okay for me. I feel like you can probably survive off of that. But the point where I was doing 50, 45 to 70 grams per day, that's a lot. And what really got me were the extracts. And I'll get into what specific extract got me really to like throw me off the bus to the point where I had to throw away everything. Yeah. Poor Bud, been on Suboxone for 10 years and feel your pain. The depression is bad sometimes. Death seems like warm slippers and a nice bed, but we are here for a reason to get closer to God. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree. Ketamine is good for just chilling, watching TV or something. Yeah, but when I did it, I could not chill. That's the problem. I did not chill from it. I did not feel any sedative effects or anesthetic effects from it. I just felt like I was going to die. My heart started racing really fast, and I felt like my whole body started sweating, kind of like the DMT. But I knew the DMT was crazy already, so I knew that wasn't going to be like bad. But yeah, I knew it would end quickly. But the ketamine, I had no idea what would happen on it, so that's why I got fucking freaked out. And it kind of caused me a panic attack. So yeah. So before, when I was doing these extracts, before I started doing them, actually, I used to do them every once in a while. And I wasn't doing them all the time. Like maybe once every like week or 2 weeks, I would buy an OPMS Gold 5-pack. and I would do them with my normal kratom, and then I would be like, that would be good. And then I would just stop them, and then I would just continue doing the regular kratom capsules, like the point 0.5 capsules or the 1 gram jumbo capsules, and I would do that. But then when it became like an every dose thing, I started doing it, with the OPMS, like I said, the 10 grams of kratom, and then I would take like another 5 to 7 grams of the jumbo 1 gram kratom powder capsules. There's a lot that you can buy out there. There's so many different types of kratom. And yeah, I was doing this for over like a year and a half, doing it every day, doing 3 doses a day pretty much. So that's probably like that's 15 to 17 grams total, of kratom per dose. So that's like around 45 to 51 grams per day. So that's when it was like, it was still bad, but it wasn't as bad to what I got next. So I was doing that for a year and a half. And I was still feeling bad. Kratom really, fucking it. The problem with kratom is that it takes over your soul and you don't even know it. Like I mean, you know it, like, you know that, because I started taking it, for work and everything, and it was actually really fun a lot of the times. But then when it started becoming to the point where I was taking it just to feel normal, that's when I knew I had a problem. And then when I tried to cold turkey off of it before, I could barely do it for a couple days. The longest I did it before now was a week long, and it felt like I was gonna die those whole I was taking Advils to feel something. That's how bad it got. Right now, I've been taking just what I have. I've been, trying to. I mean, I've been drinking a little bit more than I have been usually, just so I can like feel something, but not as much. Don't worry about the drinking because it's not a problem, at least not yet. Hopefully, it doesn't become anything. But yeah, no. Right now, it's not too bad. Just drinking beers every couple of days. That's what I was doing normally with kratom and everything. But what was I saying? So yeah, I was taking like 45 to 50, 51 for work. I would take it in the morning before work. Then I would eat my lunch early in the morning, because I get very hungry. And then I would take my next dose like around 12 to 1 o'clock, around there. And then I would get home, I would eat my food, and then probably around 6:30, anywhere from 6:30 to 8, I would take the next kratom dose. And then my last dose would always be my smallest one. It would probably be like the kratom extract plus the 4 grams, because I was usually, like I said, I was doing 5 to 7 extra grams on top of it, but I was probably doing like 3 to 4 grams extra on the last dose, because I didn't want to like overdo it since I was at home and I didn't have to work. Like at work, it was helping me get through. I had with these withdrawals, I had a lot of back pain from it, and that really masked the pain. Like I know this other guy I'm friends with, he's becoming a good friend now. He's going through the same shit. I don't know if I think he stopped it with me. Like we're stopping around the same time because he had the same problem. And he was going to the same head shops, doing the same thing. And yeah, but he went back on it after a couple days, and then now I think he's off of it again. He also has ADHD, so he gets Adderall, and that helps. Like getting these things help a lot for sure, because it makes me focus more, makes me focus better. But yeah, just dropped in what we talked about. We're talking about my kratom withdrawal story. So yeah, if you want to listen to the full thing, it'll be out. But yeah, you have to be disciplined, motherfucker, to stay on a routine and and keep it the same. Yeah, I've definitely become more disciplined, holding back and taking this kratom now. Like going almost tomorrow will be 4 weeks that I haven't taken it. It's been very hard just stopping at a 70 gram per day dose or around close to it, just full on stopping. Like that's crazy to do. But that's the best way to do it. I think you're going to suffer a lot more, but I figured if you wean or taper off, it's not going to be as effective, because you're still doing it. And then you're going to be like, well, I can take this, but I'll just do a higher dose this time just because. But no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to. I don't think tapering off is a good idea unless you can actually fucking do it for some reason. But I don't think tapering off is a good idea, because you're gonna get right back on it. Because when I tried tapering off, I just went right back to it. I remember I stopped. Last time I stopped before this was right when I hit 100,000 subscribers. I had to stop for like a couple days. I remember my last time I stopped, and then I went back to it. I was going lower and lower with doses each time, and then I finally stopped, and then I went back again like 3 days after. 3 days after I stopped. You start bargaining with yourself. Yeah, that's true. It's really tough. Let's get to 40 people in here. Come on, let's share this. We're talking about something deeply personal to me. I think this is not easy for me to talk about because I don't. It's like I do run a harm reduction channel, but I just want you guys to be. I want to be upfront with you guys about it because I don't want to like lie about why I'm not like this is. This is the main reason why I have been uploading a lot. I haven't really been having the energy to do anything. My back will start hurting like crazy. I won't want to fucking edit anything, and it's just really hard. That's why I'm probably gonna be doing one video a week for now. I'll have to do the compilation video though. That'll be an extra video, but that won't really count as one. But yeah, no, I haven't really had the energy to do it. Haven't really had the energy to do a second channel video, even though I just got one out today. I figured it's Sunday. I might as well just do it because I got nothing better to do today. So that's why I did it. And then I wanted to do this podcast so I can talk about this specifically. So yeah, anyways, I was doing the OPMS shit, the 10 grams basically with the other 5 to 7 grams. So that was like 15 to 17 grams a dose. And then they came out with these new things called ohms, and it came in a blue package with 3 circular pills inside. They're like not like small tablets, they were pretty big. And they are terrifying from how strong they are. You tear one in half and it'll be equivalent to an OPMS extract pill. So they came in packages of 3, and half of one was equivalent to an extract of the OPMS. So you were actually getting more bang for your buck with these if you ripped them in half. So that's what I started doing. I started ripping them in half and taking them. And I was like, okay, I feel pretty good. I feel actually like more. When I did that at first, for the first couple, like maybe week or two, maybe. But then when the real problem started is when I started taking the whole thing. So anywhere from probably close to 20 grams of Kratom, and then plus I was doing another 4 to 5 more grams from the regular capsules added on top. The jumbo capsules, like I said, I wasn't doing as much as like the 5 to 7, but 4 to 5 around there was a good dose for me to do with that, and I would feel high as a motherfucker. I would feel so good. All my pain would go away. I would feel like amazing. Plus mixing it with the Vyvanse, shrooms, I felt just completely on top of the world. But then when you came down and you didn't have it, you just felt like you just want to do more and more. And that's where the problem starts. So basically my routine, once that happened, I would do that twice a day. So I would do the ohms stuff, the 20 grams plus the 4 to 5 grams of the regular capsules. And then at night, most of the time I would do the OPMS dose, but it would be with less of the jumbo caps than before, like probably like 3 to 4 grams, like my normal night dose would have been. So that was about 14 grams plus the 20. So 20, 25 plus 25, 50, 64. So it's probably anywhere from 60 to 70 grams per day I was doing. It really depended. I don't think it ever got up to 70, but it was definitely in the 60s for sure. Thank you for being honest with us, homie. No problem. The Addy and alcohol, etc., are just upping your dopamine withdrawal. Is when you're in dopamine deficit. Takes like a good month or two for your synapses to start growing back. Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. Also, sneezing is a very weird side effect of Kratom withdrawal. I've been sneezing a lot. Luckily, the past couple days I haven't really. Like it's almost kind of fun to sneeze. It feels kind of good. But when you're sneezing like 20 times a day, it's a different story. And yeah, if you look it up, there's a subreddit where it talks about it. So yeah. And then another problem that I had was that I would take that and then I would drink with it. I remember the first time I drank with Kratom, and I also drink with Phenibut. I also threw out the Phenibut. I stopped doing that. I had a whole bunch left, but once I stopped doing the Kratom, that's when I stopped doing the Phenibut. I wasn't even doing it anyway. I just had it in my book bag, but I wasn't doing it. I did it probably 2 or 3 times when I bought that last one, and yeah, so that wasn't a lot. But I threw that away. I won't ever do that again because that's another problem in itself that it causes many issues. But yeah, I would also drink while on it, and the drinking mixing with the Kratom would just feel fucking, it would feel amazing. It would feel like you're on some sort of just strong ass opioid. I've only done one opioid in my life, Vicodin, once in high school, but that's it. That's the only experience I have with it, so I can't really compare it. And I don't want to compare it because I don't ever want to do anything else. Like I'm just trying to stay clean and yeah. Have you ever done acid? Of course, yes, I've done acid. Watery eyes too. Yeah, I get a lot of watery eyes, especially when I yawn. Like, oh my god, and the tiredness. But yeah, the drinking would become a problem though, because it's just not a good idea to mix anything, any drug with alcohol. But kratom is seen as more of a safer thing to do than other things, which technically it is. If you look at it that way, it's definitely more safer than like a fentanyl or anything. But like for people who aren't on drugs already, like who aren't already being addicted to stuff like that, it is not safe for anyone to take like that. If you are a sober person, or if you're like experiencing in psychedelics or whatever, and you want to take kratom just to feel good, that's where the problem lies, and that's where the problem can start. And I see a lot of people who say kratom doesn't do anything to them, and I don't see how people get addicted to them. And people should really not take that for granted. Like, people think we have some sort of like low tolerances to drugs, that we can't experience a kratom high. But a kratom high is subtle, but it works. And that's the real problem with kratom, is that it works, and that I know if I took it right now, I would feel so much better. But I have that self-control. I made a deal that I would never do it again, and I made it to the point where it's been almost 4 weeks now, and I will never ever do it again, because I know if I do, problems will restart, and there'll be other problems along the way, and it only cause more. Because if it's already caused this much, and I've been on it for that long, and it's caused this much, then like, what would happen if I went back on it and I just got back? Like, of course, the first day would be like, oh my god, I feel amazing. I feel like just like you feel like on top of the world. But after the first couple days, you'd start to go back to your normal being, just trying to take it to feel normal self, and that's where the issue lies with it. It is a very, very subtle but intense drug. If you get addicted to it, it just creeps up on you, man. It's not something I recommend at all. It is definitely something you need to stay away from, and I will never, ever promote it again. It's going good. Thank you, Boopy. I'll never, ever do it again. And yeah, so the reason I wrote down how much more stuff, I probably have a lot to say about this, because this has been taking over my life for the past couple years. Let's see here. Let's see what people are saying. Oh boy, we got a lot of comments. What's it like working for the Postal Service? Was the entry test somewhat easy? I think you have to get at least 80% to be considered a candidate. Yeah, I really don't remember what it was like. I know I passed it, of course, but yeah, it was asking some normal questions, I guess. But also, if you apply, there's a fake website that says you need to take this test before you apply, and that's a scam. They just take your money for a practice test. That's not real. The only test they're going to give you is from the actual post office, so don't do that. Kratom, it's spelled Kratom, you Kratom. What phenibut like? Phenibut is like you're on alcohol, but you're like controlling of yourself, but you're also not controlling yourself. Like you like lose control of yourself, but you also feel conscious. It's like really weird. It makes you feel more sociable. Music sounds better and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm on Kratom right now. Maybe make it your last dose, please. I remember saying I wanted to try it and everyone telling me not to. Good for them for saying not to. Yeah, that's a good idea. People telling you not to, that's what I'm going to get into next, about why I got into it in the first place. I was just in Mexico. They were advertising Kratom in every gas station / corner drugstore. That was making me wonder what it felt like. Yeah, no, Mexico is different. I mean, can't you just walk in the store and buy a fucking Vicodin if you want? I used to use it every once in a blue moon if I needed to be more productive. Yeah, that's how I wish I could use it, because then I don't think it's as bad. But when you're doing it every day, like getting up to how much I was, then it's bad. Is it considered similar to cocaine? No, it's more similar to like a caffeine type of thing, but it's like not. It's definitely way strong. Like caffeine has you make that feel. If you do too much, you feel too jittery. If you do too much of Kratom, you feel like you're actually like high as fuck. But if you do like cocaine, I can't really compare the effects. I haven't done cocaine too much, but I know it's not like the stimulant effects, maybe a little bit, just a tad bit. But cocaine is just really overstimulating. But Kratom can be just a good amount of stimulant. That's why it's so like bad for you, because it's like it doesn't affect the way you drive, it doesn't affect the way you focus, it doesn't affect the way you like. I mean, it improves moods and stuff. It improves your focus, I think. It makes you want to do things more. It makes you more energetic. Well, some strains make you more sleepy and everything, but that's the problem with it. It can, like, you could take it and be fine in the real world. Like, you won't have to be like, oh, that person's on drugs, that person's on Kratom. Like, no one really knows what Kratom is in the regular fields. Like, everyone knows what opioids are. Everyone knows what fentanyl is, and everyone knows that you're on fentanyl, you're on meth, you're on crack, you're on cocaine. Everyone knows that you are. But like when you're on Kratom, you can keep it a private addiction. Like, no one knew about it. I just told my friend about it because I had to, and I needed someone to know. I told another person as well, and I'm glad I'm getting people like, oh, I'm telling you guys now. But yeah, so it's just, that's the problem with it. That's why people, like, if you don't have an issue with it already, like if you don't want to fuck with it already, keep it that way. Don't let anyone tell you to try it. Like, from this podcast, I'm telling you guys, if you're ever offered it, do not fucking do it unless you are on fentanyl, heroin, meth, or whatever, and you're trying to get off of that. Only reason I would promote it would be for that. I would not want to promote it to anyone who is doing regular recreational usage of it, because it'll creep up on you. You might not like it at first. Shit, you might stop it, but you might come back. That's what I did when I first did. I took it, and I was like, okay, I feel pretty good, and then I stopped, and I went back to it. And that's where the problem lies. It's just it creeps up on you. It does its stupid effects. It makes you feel good. It makes you, it like puts on a facade for your life. It just makes you see reality as like what it should be, when in reality you should not be doing it. I wouldn't say it's similar to hydrocodone. I think it has a stimulant effect too. I think it's more stimulant, because I think it's just like, it's really hard to describe what it's like. I know someone who uses it as an alternative to cocaine. That's what I don't mind that, because it's at least you're not doing cocaine, right? What we talk about, I walked away on the doses. I understand now, thanks. It's a clandestine substance. Yes, it is. So the reason I took Kratom in the first place was because a quote-unquote friend pressured me into trying it. Now, pressured, really weird word. I don't know if it was pressured is the right word, but basically he was taking it all the time. He would always do it every day, and like it made me like it. What he was doing, he would mix it with water bottles, and it would make me feel kind of gross, like just seeing him drink it every time. Like, it just looked really nasty. But then the capsules I saw, so he made me try it. And I remember the first time, I was just like, amazing time. I couldn't believe it. Like, wow, this is what Kratom is. No wonder he's fucking addicted to it. But yeah, he just like, he always asked me to try it. So I guess it was pressuring me. So yeah, I think he really was a pressure. That's the right word for it. But then I slowly got addicted to it because it was nice at work. Like, work made me feel better. It would make my problems go away until it didn't. And then it got to the point where I was feeling it, taking it just to feel normal. That's the point where you know you have a problem. And that's the thing. I knew I had a problem. I just didn't want to stop because I didn't know what life was like without it. I just knew the reason I stopped was because I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, okay, I look like fucking shit right now. My eyes are droopy. I got like bags under them. My skin is fucking, my face is just like, there's a ripple in it. Like, I just felt like I looked bad, looked swollen a little bit. And that's another reason why I needed to stop. But yeah, no, it affects you physically for sure. Luckily I never got like negative side effects. Like, I never got like jaundice or anything from it, which can happen to people. People have but usually with the liver problems with Kratom, that usually happens right away. So if you're taking it for like a couple weeks and nothing's happening, then you won't have any liver problems, unless, I mean, maybe if you took like a whole bunch every single day. Like, people are doing up to 150 grams per day, which is just crazy to me. But like, it's not that crazy because I know how bad it can get. But yeah. Just trying to switch back and forth to see if anyone's saying anything so I can address it. But so yeah, earlier this month I stopped taking it cold turkey. Like I said, I've done cold turkey in the past, but I've always come back to it. This time though, I was for sure that I would never do it again. I've had a lot of self-control along with this, with my gambling issues I had earlier this year and late last year. I've stopped all those urges. I stopped gambling in February. I made another deal that I would stop. and I haven't gambled. I actually had to pull out of this fantasy football thing, even though fantasy football like regularly is not considered gambling. But with money prizes, like you have to worry about, it's a lot of skill. It's mostly skill, but there's also luck that goes into gambling with fantasy football. Like you got to worry about injuries and how people will play. Like you can't always be for sure. Like unless you know for sure, then it's not gambling, but it is gambling. And I had to pull out. I felt really bad because we already like got everything ready and stuff. But yeah, I had to stop because when they asked me to do it, I wasn't really thinking about my gambling deal. Um, did I say milligrams? 150 milligrams would not do anything. It would just be like, unless you're talking about 150 grams, then that would be a lot. That would be a lot. What's the worst drug you've taken? Worst drug I've taken was probably cocaine. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I never want to do it again. Or no, maybe ketamine now. Anything I have to snort, I fucking can't stand. I don't like snorting things. Ketamine might be worse than cocaine for me because I actually had I didn't feel like I wanted to die on the cocaine at least. But yeah, so ketamine probably the worst. Yeah, ketamine's the worst. But yeah, no, I had a lot of gambling urges back. It became a problem. I was going once, sometimes even twice a week to gambling casinos. Yeah. Xanax also up there for me. That's a top 3 for sure. That might be number 2 actually. And then DPH. Oh man, there's so many bad ones. Yeah, I don't know. Xanax, DPH, ketamine. Those are my least favorite ones, I think. But yeah, no, I was gambling a lot, wasting a lot of my money. But then there was times where I was winning money, and it was a lot of fun. Excuse me, guys. I had to message this person. Doop-a-doop-boop. Boop-a-doop-boop. 347, we're on here. Yeah, no, 150 grams is a lot. That is just, I was doing 60, and that was 3 doses per day. So if you're doing 150 grams, you're probably doing 4 to 5 doses a day at like, that's going to cost you a lot. You're probably doing a lot of those extracts for sure. I think if you're doing like, let's say you did 2 of the extracts of the ohm stuff, the one that was 20 grams, you do that twice in the morning, that's 40 grams. And then you do it again in the maybe again before afternoon, so that's 80, so that's twice. And then you do it again in the afternoon, that's 120. And then you do it again, that's like 160. So yeah, people, like, if you do those extracts, that can lead you, like, the extracts are a lot easier because you only have to take 1 of them. But if you're taking like capsules, if you're taking kratom powder, if you're putting powder into water, that can also be easy to dose, but it tastes also terrible. With the extracts, you don't have to taste it. I mean, you can taste a little bit, but it doesn't taste bad. Some of the capsules, the powder gets on the outside of the capsule and you kind of taste it, but yeah. Anyone here tried pregabalin? It feels very similar to phenibut. Yeah, I've tried it before. That's the first drug I ever did, actually. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was watching a video by a drug YouTuber named Goblin. Yeah, he's very popular around here. I see a lot of people with his profile pictures, my comments and stuff. And he was saying he thinks Xanax is a true gateway drug rather than marijuana. Well, I mean, yeah, if you take Xanax first, that's definitely a true gateway drug. I mean, that's the gateway into hell right there. But I do think marijuana does, like, it's not specifically a gateway drug, but I do think it leads to other things. And I don't think marijuana is completely safe. I think it's safe if that's all you're doing and you're not doing it a lot, like Snoop Dogg. I don't think he's doing it safely. I don't think Willie Nelson was doing it safely. But if you smoke like a little bit, like a bowl or something, or a couple bowls per day, I don't think that's going to cause any harms. Although you got to worry about like the smoke inhalation in your lungs, because it's still smoke. You know, there's still smoke inside your lungs. So like you still got to worry about that. So if you do like edibles or something every once in a while, I don't know. But yeah, weed is very tricky to be talking about. Yeah, 4 times 37.5 grams. That's probably how some people are probably doing it. I have kratom, but it's 3 years old powder. Is it still safe? It wouldn't be safe if it was expired in the future. I wanted to try cigarettes or Zins, though. I've heard nicotine can help with ADHD. Yeah, but then you'll get addicted to it. Shout out my boy Goblin. Yeah. What about ketamine made you feel bad? Well, I don't know if you probably came in late. It just made me feel like I was gonna die. Like I felt like I was gonna like my heart started beating really fast. I started sweating everywhere. I started walking around the hotel room, like, and I just thought like I had a huge panic attack. Like I thought I was literally gonna die right there. Like I started thinking of Matthew Perry in the hot tub, how he died from ketamine, and like I just had all these things like, oh my god, I'm literally gonna die from this ketamine in a hotel room, and I don't know what's gonna happen though, but I'm gonna die. I just felt like I was gonna die. That's why I don't like it. It just felt like I was gonna fucking die, and I was gonna be in that hotel room, and someone was gonna find me, and yeah. Is a snort? Is it safe to snort 2CB? Never done it, but I heard it has a terrible drip, so I wouldn't do it. The only 2CB I've done has been pure crystals. So I haven't really done the actual, like, there's ones that come in like ecstasy pill kind of things. I've never done that. But yeah, I wouldn't snort it. I would take it orally. I don't really like snorting things at all. I think snorting things are terrible. What are your thoughts on doing nitrous? Never done it, and I don't think it's a good thing. There's a lot of drugs I don't like. The only drugs I really want to promote are shrooms, but not a lot. I do like shrooms though. Shrooms are a lot of fun when they were affecting me really well, but I think mixing with the Kratom withdrawal, it really negatively affected me. That's why I can't do it right now. But hopefully, when my Kratom withdrawals are over, I can stop. But yeah, so I've been clean for almost 4 weeks now, but the withdrawal symptoms are horrible. I said to pull out my phone because I got a check mark next to all the symptoms I have for it. Luckily, I don't have every single symptom, but I have about like 90% of them. So yeah. So basically, I don't even know if I have jerky movements of the limbs. I didn't check mark it, but I feel like it probably does happen. Disturbed sleep. My sleep has been very disturbed. I've been waking up every 2 hours and been awake for like another 30 minutes to an hour, so I'm not getting as much sleep as I want to. But luckily at the hospital, I did get prescribed clonidine, and it's making me very tired a lot. So I've been sleeping very well from that the past 2 days. I went to the hospital Friday, and yeah, so yeah, we're there, but my mental state was not there. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, the disturbed sleep has really been affecting me. Loss of appetite. I usually like to eat a lot. Like I'm a big like 2 to 3 meal a day guy. I like to eat big, but like recently, at least, well, past 2 days, I've been eating a lot better. I've been eating more. But during the terrible withdrawals, I was barely eating once a day. Like I could barely eat a meal because I was getting panic attacks and everything. And having a panic attack can really stop you from eating because you just don't want to do anything, and you just can't eat. You can't do nothing, and you just want to die. You don't want to die because panic attacks make you afraid of like you are dying, so it doesn't want you to. But like, just eating felt like this is how eating made me feel. Eating made me feel like I was being forced to, like I had to force me eating stuff, and it was so hard, but I knew I had to get it down because if I didn't get food in my system, I was just going to feel worse. And just drinking water too has been really hard for me recently. Because I don't know why, but like I used to just love water, but now it's just like, yeah, I should probably grab one pretty soon here. But I do have a beer. And you may be wondering why I'm not doing Kratom, but I'm also drinking beer at the same time. Like it's a very weird thing I got going on here. Just don't even judge it. I mean, you can judge it if you want. I don't care, but that's just how I am. That's just what it's like. I've always been drinking Miller High Lifes. Like it's just not, at this point, it's for the taste and not even for the feeling because I just love the taste of beer. But yeah, my loss of appetite has been terrible. I have been a little nausea. They gave me something for nausea. I'm not going to take it because I'm not like really that nauseous. It's called Zofran ondansetron. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ondansetron ODT 4 mg tablets. I'm not going to take it though. That's a huge ass pill bottle though. It may cause headache, may cause constipation. I'm not looking to have constipation, dude, because I love to shit. Shitting is one of my favorite things to do. So I didn't check mark the vomiting or abdominal pain and cramping, thank God. Cravings, of course, cravings happen. Like I haven't been craving it every single day, but when I do, it's like, oh my God, I really need this shit. Watery eyes, my eyes get fucking watery as hell. Runny nose, my nose, especially when I yawn, like my nose runs, my eyes get watery. But yeah, no, it gets bad with the runny nose. Hot flashes a little bit, like I start to feel very like hot in my whole body. Sweating is a big problem. I sweat a lot, especially during sleep. Like I sleep in 62-degree house with the fan on in my room, and I sweat my ass off at night. It's really terrible. Let's see here. Oh, we got a lot of comments here. Let me see. Let me just go over these really quickly. Hey, from Scotland. Love your videos, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Scotland. I vape bud with my packs and cards. Cannabis and nick are my only vices. Nitrous is crash dummy activity. Yeah. Does it work orally? Yeah. Is this a Q&A section? Yeah. What you withdrawal from? Huh? Oh, yeah, no, I'm not withdrawing from that. Okay. Was addicted to alcohol, diphenhydramine, dextromethorphan. I'm 2 years sober next week. There's hope, brother. Really is brighter on the other side. Thank you. I appreciate that, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad for you. 2 years is a long time. But we always got to remember, just because you 2 years sober doesn't mean you're not addicted still, because we still are. We're still technically addicts, but we're just not taking it, you know? That mechanical eating, yuck, yoga and stretch when you can, brother. Yeah, I might start yoga or some meditation. I don't drink, but I love 60-minute IPA, or not minute. How do you, hey, Ozzy, be careful. How do you stop yourself from having a bad trip? Yeah, no, it's really hard to stop. You just got to get your mindset out of it. I love Zofran for panic attacks and IBS. Okay. Yeah, that's probably good for IBS. Zofran has saved my GERD ass in the past. LMFAO. Well, you have GERD too. One of my friends has it. Ondestron. Yeah, is that? Well, there's an A N. It's ONDANSETRON. Ondansetron. Pantoprazole is pretty good. Let's see what that is. Is that okay, yeah. I don't know. Should I take it? I mean, I don't feel sick though. That's the thing. Like, I don't feel sick with it. Crazy, it's 4 weeks and you're still going through this. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I'm still it's still suffering. Today has been a better day. The past couple days have definitely been better. Ever since I left the hospital, I really think the clonidine is helping. But yeah, no, it's when you're doing so much, it's crazy. It is really crazy. I thought you said DEA at first. I was like, DEA approved meditation and yoga. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if the DEA could approve it. But yeah, no, I approve it too. I think I should do it. Battled a DXM addiction for a long time. Got free. I'm still addicted, but I haven't taken it in almost 2 years. That's good. Yeah, just don't ever take it. Dude, 100%. I'll always be an addict. I'm just not an active addict. Will never be fixed. Yeah, that's the problem. We'll never be fixed, but at least we can control our problems. And yeah, ever think about going to a meeting? I thought about it a little bit, but I figured like, yeah, I'm going for Kratom. Other people are going for alcohol, heroin, fentanyl, and here's this dumbass going for Kratom. Got addicted to Kratom like a fucking dumbass tool. I tried to quit vaping, made it months. The withdrawal is a bitch. I switched to cigarettes 2 a day to try and stop vaping. I smoked 86 in the last month and feel gross. 86 in the last month, though, is that like how many? That's how many per day? That's like 2.75, maybe around there. I guess that's not terrible, almost 3 cigarettes a day, but it's still not good for sure. Yeah, no, I wouldn't take Zofran unless you're actively nauseous. Thank you for that, because I was like, yeah. Random non-drug question: what do you think about electric vehicles? I think they're okay. I wouldn't be opposed to having one. Is this live? Yes, it is. I might write a trip report for my Xanax withdrawal psychosis. It will be about 100,000 words. Shit, we'll take it. Just be sure to go to my subreddit and yeah, because you got to get approved now for it. But yeah, let's go back to my symptoms that I have since I got through all that. Tremors is really bad. I get very shaky now. Like, the shakes are very horrible, but it gets bad. Like, I don't know. It's like a regular withdrawal, I don't think if I was doing as much, it wouldn't be as bad. Like, it probably would have ended by now. But since I was doing 60 plus grams per day, I think that's why it really negatively affected me. Because yeah, it can be very, very bad that way. And then the restlessness is what the number one symptom I have. Like, I mean, restlessness is horrible. Restless leg syndrome too. Like, I was taking every time I was taking a shit at this hotel, and when I got home, I thought it was just the hotel, but it was just me. I just didn't want to stop moving my legs. I just kept on shaking up and down. Like, I was on my phone. My phone was kind of shaking in my hand, just jumping in the air a little bit. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. But yeah, restlessness with Kratom is horrible. It's the worst thing ever. I cannot get comfortable. That's another thing with the shrooms, why I think it's negatively affected me. because the restlessness. Usually with shrooms, I can at least get comfortable somewhere. I can actually have a good time. Or, if I could walk around and like I have to walk around and talk to somebody or something. I can't like being alone on shrooms now has been negatively affecting me, but the restlessness just is horrible. Anyone who has never experienced it, just God bless you, man. I remember I always wondered what it was like. I always thought about like people experience restlessness a lot, but not me. I've never had that before. I've been I've been resting. I've been resting a lot. But luckily, the past couple days haven't had it as bad. I think it is going down. So I think after a month, I think I'll be fine with this clonidine and everything. I should probably take one right now, because it says to take 3 a day. Took one in the morning. Yeah, needed for high blood pressure. That's the thing. This is for high blood pressure, but it's also a sedative. Yeah, that clonidine has definitely been helping, and it has been helping a lot, but it's been helping me go to sleep, for sure. So that's what I like about it. A couple more symptoms to go. You got like I check mark restlessness 1, 2, 3, 5 times. So yeah, I check mark everything once except for restlessness. Restlessness was the worst. It's a terrible feeling, dude. It's a real terrible feeling. Anger, kratom. A side effect of kratom is also when after you do it, you get angry. And that's another thing. I definitely wasn't that angry, but I definitely have some anger. Depressed mood. Depressed mood. I should have check marked that more than once. That's probably the worst side effect, honestly, other than the restlessness. Depressed mood is just like what I was saying before, how I just wanted to die. I didn't care about life. Maybe some anhedonia has been taking place, but I think it was just full-on depression taking over. Like I just don't want to get out of bed, even though I'm not even comfortable in bed when I was restless and stuff. Because I know if I got up, I'd have to do something, and I didn't feel like doing anything. I just felt like crying and sleeping in my bed and just hoping that everything would end and I could just like relax, but I can't. Tension, I'm very tense about everything. Like I'm on edge, I'm paranoid about stuff, and yeah. And then sadness, that goes in with the depression, I think. But yeah, it's just you feel. It's not even. I don't even feel sad. I just feel like nothing. And that's what depression is. You feel nothing for it. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Sorry, I have to message this person again. Did you? All right, let's see what people are saying here. Avalon, join the Discord and share your report there. I'd like to hear it. Yeah, there's a report section in there. I'm not going to read them from that section, but if you can get started from there, you can get what people say. And yeah. How do I go around potentially sending you a personal trip report? I have a good one. This one specifically is the one that got me clean. I really think it can help people. Yeah, just go to my subreddit. I have to approve you. Just go into reddit.com/r/trip reports TFTT, and you'll see it there. So go look it up. Be careful with clonidine and alcohol. Yeah, no, trust me. I looked it up. I saw the interactions with it. How much psychosis do you want? We want a whole bunch. Luckily, I haven't gone through psychosis, so that's good. Irritability was killer, which is why I stopped taking it. Yeah, irritability sucks on it. It's really like you just fucking feel that the whole time, especially after your doses. Like when you first take it, I realized that if I took something and something anxiety-inducing happened and I got a panic attack, I got a really bad panic attack on Kratom. Like it would just be really horrible, especially if I was doing the higher dosages. But after the fact, after you come down, you kind of feel angry. You just feel fed up with the world, and that's the part. But that happens during the kratom taking it, not the withdrawals. Like for me, I guess some people probably get angry from it. Not for me personally. I probably shouldn't have checked that one so much because I'm not very angry. I'm just mad at myself a little bit. But yeah. Depression was my biggest kratom withdrawal symptom. I remember sobbing on the toilet, feeling like a walking corpse, no life. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. It took me about 18 months to recover from my psychotic break. Damn, that sucks, dude. I really hope it doesn't take me that long. I don't think it will, but you never know. I mean, I at least the past couple days have been a little bit better. I think going to the hospital was a really good decision on my part. People were telling me not to go, but I just felt like I had to. My psychiatrist said to, so yeah, I'm gonna listen to her. She's a doctor, and she surprisingly knew what Kratom was. Like, there's some psychiatrists, therapists out there who don't know. Most of them don't know what Kratom is, and that's a problem. Like, people need to know about it. Like, when I went to the hospital the other day, they actually knew about it. Like, people, I was telling them I went through withdrawal. And it was actually pretty embarrassing because the woman that took me in, not the nurse, but the woman that takes your high blood pressure at the beginning, that person, the assistant or whatever, she went to my school and she was in my grade, and I had to tell her about it. But like, I was to the point where I did not care. If I was like on Kratom and I went there, I would have been like, all right, I got to lie a little bit here. But I was just being upfront because I don't care. But yeah, I'm glad I went. I'm glad my psychiatrist knows how bad. Like, she knew as soon as I told her. I said, I've never told her this before. I told her the last meeting we had, and then I have another appointment Tuesday with her to check up on it. And I told her about all my Kratom usage. I never told her about it in the past, but when I told her I was actually going on Kratom withdrawal for 3.5 weeks at that time, I just saw her in the peripheral, because I don't like to stare at my psychiatrist when I'm talking. I like to look up in the air while I'm thinking, like I'm doing that right now. But I can just see in my peripheral vision that she was just nodding her head and going like, oh no, oh God, you can't be doing that. So yeah, it's she knew about it. She knows it's dangerous, and that was really helpful to me actually, because she actually knows what it's like. She knows it's dangerous. So if you have a psychiatrist that doesn't know what Kratom is, and you have going through withdrawal, like, I don't know how many people are addicted to Kratom that are going to a psychiatrist in this live right now. I don't know who's doing that. There's probably, like, I'm the only person, maybe a couple others, but they need to know what it's about, or they can't treat you. That's why I feel very comfortable. I feel like she's gonna be able to treat me with it. I'm still taking the Abilify. We're going back down to 2 milligrams pretty soon, and then the Lexapro, of course. It was funny because when I first started the withdrawals, I was great. I felt amazing. Like, I wanted to just experience life, and I didn't feel anything bad. And then once 4th of July came around, that's when my back started hurting, and the back problems were really bad. But like, now luckily my back problems aren't bad anymore, but they were for the first week or so. Like, oh my God, they were horrible. And that mixed with the restlessness could not lay down for the life of me, dude. It was just the first week. After the first 2 days, the first week and a half, 2 weeks were the worst for sure. It definitely has calmed down a little bit right now, especially like I said, the past couple days have been a lot better. But yeah. Psychosis is the worst. I've only ever experienced it once, and I would never want to again. And my heart goes out to people who suffer with psychotic disorders. Yeah, me too. Shout out, people that have to suffer through that. It's just fucking horrible. It's really, really sucks. That shit ain't no joke. I had psychosis and saw cyclist shadows when I drove my car. Oh God. Addiction is like demon possession. It really is. That's a good analogy. I blame the weed. Yeah, weed can cause it. I don't think weed is the most demonic drug on the planet, but I think it's very underrated as a demonic drug. Yeah, I quit weed, smoked for 16 years, and quit a month ago, and have been having some withdrawal effects, depression and stuff, but no physical withdrawals besides anxiety attacks here and there. Yeah, that's good. See, I don't think that's the problem. Like, that's the good thing about weed, is that it doesn't, like, you won't have too many bad side effects, like compared to like a Kratom or something like that. But yeah, no, weed, 16 years, that's a long time to quit from. So yeah, I'm proud of you for that. Good job. I began taking Kratom lately every workday, just 1 to 2 grams, maybe 5 times a week for the stimulating effect. Should I take breaks? Honestly, you're at a good dose. I'd say 1 to 2 grams is not a lot at all. I think you're probably fine. I just don't want you to take more. Don't take any more than that. If you're feeling good from it, then don't go overboard with it. Don't start going to 3, because once you go to 3, you're going to go to 4, and then you're going to go to 5, and then you're going to go to 10, and then you're going to go to 15, and then you're going to go to 20, and then you're going to go to 50, and then you're going to go to 70, and then you're going to go to 100, and then you're going to want to kill yourself. So yeah, just keep it at that. If you keep doing it, just keep doing it like that. But don't go over that. I think if I was doing it like that, I wouldn't have a problem. And I feel like that's good. But taking breaks, I think, if you do it 5 times a week, that's really not a lot. So you're doing 5 to 10 grams a week. That's how much I was doing in one fucking extract pill, basically. So yeah, 10 grams, 1 extract pill. I was doing more than that in a week. But yeah, don't go over 2 if it's already feeling good. So yeah, I was seeing shadow puppets on the wall that would become animated like stop motion horror show. They interact with each other. Someone interact with me. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. King Kubel, yes, you're playing with fire. Yeah, I mean, you are playing with fire a little bit. But it's like, I don't know, at a safe dose like that, it's not terrible. But like, I wouldn't just like, don't go more than what you're doing. If you're going to do more, just don't ever do more, don't ever do more than that. That's why. But if you want to take less, I think that's a great idea. I think if you feel like you should take less, I think you should, because I think you shouldn't be taking it at all to begin with. But at your doses, it's not very like scary. It's not to the point like I was never doing that little amount. I was always doing at least fucking 7 grams a dose. So, or maybe not that much, but like at least 5 grams at least. But yeah, so, if you're doing that, hey, I can't really hate it for it, but I don't think you should be doing it at all. But yeah, I mean, if you want to take breaks, I think you should. But yeah, I don't know. It's really tough to say because you're not doing it so much to the point where I think you'll be addicted, but you never know. That's the problem with Kratom. Like you could get addicted from that. And that's why like you got to be very careful with it. Like you don't know what's going to happen. Kratom scares me. Yeah, it scares me too. Do you think your ADHD related to Kratom tolerance? My ADHD boyfriend said he never felt anything from a regular Kratom dose when he's tried it in the past. It could have been, but my tolerance, I mean, my tolerance never went up. I mean, it did, of course. But like when I started taking a lot, like the 10, 15, 20 grams, like every time I did it, I wouldn't feel any different than last time. But okay, but when I started taking the Ohm stuff, the 20 grams of shit, plus the other 4 or 5 grams of the jumbo capsules, and then I went to the OPMS at night, I wouldn't really feel that, but like the same dosage every time, I'd feel the same. But like if I did more and I did less the next time, I wouldn't feel it as much. But yeah, no, I really don't know. I was doing 50 grams a day at my max. I was shitting literal concrete. Yeah, no, my shits have been really weird recently. They've been cleaner, a lot cleaner. I'm happy about that. But yeah, thanks for the response. No problem. Yeah, I figured like there's some good advice in there. Like basically what I want you to get through is that don't take it if you don't feel like you have to. But if you're just doing that little amount, it's not going to like kill you or anything. But like I still think that you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. 8 to 10 grams, 4 to 5 times a day for 3 months. The withdrawals were hell. Damn, I wish mine was like that. Well, I never did. So yeah, 4 to 5 times a day. That's a lot. See, I was doing three times a day because I like to spread it out. 3 times a day is still a lot, but like, I think a good dosage is just like, if you're doing one time a day, I feel like you could survive off of that, but just doing as much as we were, like, it's just so hard to comprehend life and reality off of that. Like, it's just, it's so hard. It's so hard to do it. But yeah, luckily I've never shitted the rabbit pellets before. I never had shitting problems on Kratom. It's honestly made me shit more, I think. But yeah. I also said here, I said this kind of before already, but I said I felt like I was dying when I was on my plane to Utah. I wanted it to crash. Right now, I do not care if I die. I won't purposely kill myself or anything, but if something were to happen unexpectedly, I wouldn't care. That's the state I'm in from these withdrawals. That's why I went to the hospital, so I already went into detail with that, so I said that. My psychiatrist, I already talked about this too. My psychiatrist knows about this. It was the one who told me to go in the first place. They gave me clonidine, and it's been helping with my sleep, but my restlessness is so bad. I've never experienced anything like this. Yeah, the restlessness is still, I mean, I still have it today. Luckily not terrible, but it's still, yeah. Ozzy, I never really felt Kratom other than some anxiety relief. Yeah, when the Kratom, like, it made me feel anxiety relief until it didn't. It made me feel like I was getting anxiety from it, and that's a problem that I had. And Ozzy's just sniffing me. And also, I've gone over this before. Back like 3 years ago, I did an ad for Kratom for this company. I forgot which company it was, but I apologize for doing it. If I would have known Kratom could do this to someone, I would have never advertised it for that stupid company. How many years ago? I still feel bad, especially when my addiction came on. Yeah, so I want to private the video. I don't want to have it up there, but like I have to keep it up because they paid me money for it. They paid me a good amount too. Luckily, That's been long in the past. It doesn't have that many views. I'm not even going to tell you what video it is. You have to find it yourself. So yeah, I just felt really bad for that. But at that point in my life, Kratom was just like a drug that I thought was just got you high and didn't get you addicted or anything. I just thought it was a fun, safer thing to do than, something like an opioid or meth or cocaine or whatever. But now I realize that Kratom is just not the safest thing in the whole fucking entire world. Is definitely one of the worst, most subtle things ever. But yeah, no. So I apologize for that. If anyone fucking that, I always think about if someone actually bought it and got addicted because of me. That's what makes me feel bad, because I don't want that to happen to anyone. Hopefully, no one did. If they did, if people can talk to me about it, I will try to try to make up for that. But yeah, it was a very bad decision on my part. I just was money hungry at the time when I started my YouTube, and I wanted money, and that's what I cared about, and I didn't care about what effects would have happened because I mean, if I would have known, I wish I would have known that would have happened, but yeah, my mix of me not knowing, being naive about Kratom, and then me wanting money made that ad a thing, and then yeah, so I do deeply apologize for it. I think about it a lot. I just hopefully getting it off my chest now will hopefully make me get that guilt and shit off my chest. But yeah, it sucks. If it makes you feel any better, I was hooked on Kratom and Phenibut together at the same time. No, that's how I was too. When I first started, I was doing Kratom and Phenibut a lot. I've noticed that that's a really fun combination. But it got to the point where I was just getting tired from it, from the Kratom, from the Phenibut. Phenibut makes me have narcolepsy, dude. Weed gives me anxiety just like that. Yeah, no, it's weed gives me just paranoia, just super anxiety, to the point where I can't even focus on anything. I just keep on thinking negative thoughts. It's kind of like a bad trip. I just experience a bad trip every time I smoke, and that's why I can't do it. So that makes me realize maybe I got some problems I got to figure out. But it just happens every single time on the weed. It used to never. I used to not care. I used to be a worse person in high school, but I was fine in high school. But now I've become more I feel like I've become more of a more empathetic person that can realize and be more understanding. But I feel like being understanding is just making me feel worse because I know how many problems people are going through, and it just affects me even worse. And I feel like that's why the weed affects me really bad, because I'm just thinking of not only my problems but other people's problems. I'm taking White Vein right now. Really like the energy boost, but I'm going to cut it down once I'm noticing that I want to take more, or the 1 to 2 grams are not enough a day. Yeah, just keep it. Yeah, if you're noticing that you want to take more, then I would just throw it away right now. If you want to take more, just throw it away. You really can't. I don't want you to get addicted to it, man. I really don't. Hey, bud, it's just good that you've came to that realization that you continue to speak out and spread awareness about it. Yeah, now that I feel like I can spread awareness about this drug, I'm glad you guys are on here. We actually had a good amount of people to listen to that. I wonder how much more I can say about that, but it's tough to say. It's tough to say because there's a lot. But I think I got into pretty good detail with it. Phenibut gave me narcolepsy. Yeah, no, it's the... Oh, jinx, you said at the same time. Yeah, no, there would be times I'd fall asleep in my chair. I'd fall asleep delivering mail, dude. I was delivering in the mail truck into the mailboxes that are at the end of the street. I fucking fell asleep. And man, that shit makes you just fucking... If you have trouble sleeping, it'd be good for it. But then also, I don't want you doing fucking Phenibut. Brother, it's okay. You made a bad endorsement. So have way bigger YouTubers, SOG, Charlie Pewds. Yeah. Shit happens, man. You made a simple mistake. Yeah, no, that's why I think people take it for what it is. I don't think people will see it. Now that they see where I'm coming from, hopefully they'll know. But yeah, it's definitely a big mistake on my part, but that was so many years ago now. It's been probably 3 years ago now. Wasn't the same Kratom as I am now. And also, another thing I wanted to point out about the Kratom with the extracts, I don't know what the fuck is inside of those things. I don't know. It does say what's in it on labels, but who knows what could be in those? It could be Percocet, there could be other things. There could be research chemical stimulants. There could be anything in there. You just don't know. You just fucking don't know. Psych Subs has also been raising the alarm on kratom addictions. Yeah, that's why I wasn't like, if he never talked about his, I probably would have never talked about mine. So shout out him for going for it. But people are making fun of him for it. That's why I didn't want to like go into it. Like there'll be people that will probably make fun of me for it, which I don't care because I really like I said, I don't care about anything at this point. Um, but yeah, no, it's just a dangerous thing that people should definitely be wary about. If you guys aren't afraid of it now, from what I've said, like I don't, there's nothing that'll change your mind because it is just something that you should stay away from. But like I said, only you're doing a worse drug, meth, cocaine, fentanyl. That's the only way that you should ever want to consider taking kratom just to get off of it. Maybe like a phenibut too. If you're taking, I think kratom is better than phenibut in my opinion, because phenibut's withdrawal symptoms can be really horrible. Luckily, I only had to go through that couple days of just terrible depression. But if I had to do that for like weeks, I would have not survived, dude. It was horrible, the depression that I had from it, worse than I had from here for sure. So yeah. Phenibut is definitely worse. It's not like way worse, but it's because they're pretty close, I'd say. But yeah, that's terrifying. I had no idea Phenibut would make you pass out. It makes you like, it doesn't always make you pass out, but if you're like, there could be times where you just sit down and you're just like, and you don't even realize it. Like, especially if you go in your bed and you wake up the next day, you're like, what the fuck happened? It's not like a Xanax. Like a Xanax, you just black out, but Phenibut, you're like still conscious, and you like know what's going on. Like I never thought phenibut was like Xanax. Like Psych Substance did a video on it. That's where I first learned about it. And that kind of leads you to the point where like, okay, you're talking about these drugs that makes you interested in them. But like, no, I wouldn't have cared if my friend didn't buy it. That's the same friend who made me try the Kratom. He bought the phenibut and made me try it. I wanted to though at the time, like I wanted to, I just didn't want to buy it myself. But yeah. So I don't blame Psych Substance for that. That's purely everyone has a personal choice to do, and they make their own decisions. They do what they got to do, and if you want to try it, like no one can stop you. No one can stop you. I will try to, but yeah, I never would want to make anyone try it before. Bro, you're doing great work in harm reduction, spreading information about harmful substances. I really enjoy your work. Mostly I listen to your videos before I go to sleep. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Your channel inspired me to quit seeking psychedelics and start living life. Yeah, psychedelics can be very harmful, in some ways. I think, the synthetic ones for sure. The shrooms can be they can be harmful as well. You just got to be careful. You got to be careful with every substance. That's all you got to be careful about. If you're going to do them, just be careful. Could be RC opiates or some shit in there. Yeah, because dude, I would wipe there'd be times where I would just fucking scratch my nose like constantly. I could not stop, and that's the main side effect of opiates. Now it is an opioid agonist, but it's not considered an opioid because it has stimulant like effects as well. Yeah, I would just be scratching my nose like fucking, oh my god, dude. It got to the point where I was like, I felt like I was on opioids basically. Psychedelic addiction is real. I think it is too. Yeah. The shitting cement part has forever scared me from taking kratom. Yeah, no, I mean, if that happens, yeah, that's fucking terrifying. What? How much phenibut are you taking, bro? I've taken high doses and never anything close to that. You could be super sensitive to it or impure phenibut. No, I just, I've, a lot of people have, I wouldn't pass out or anything, but I just would just I would pass out, yeah, but I would be comfortable in my bed or something. But then there was times where I would just I just got so tired from it, and yeah, it would just be really weird. But maybe it was impure. I don't know. There was the one time I remember I did the crystals. When Lift Mode had it, and then I got it. The most recent one that was probably most potent one I've ever gotten was from Chemical Exchange, I think it's called. I forgot exactly what it's called, but that's where I got it from. And it was, I don't know how many grams. I think like 4 grams. And I remember I used to do 4 grams like just for fun, and I would feel fine. Like I guess that wasn't the most pure stuff, but the 4 grams of this stuff, I literally go into my Benadryl Trip Reports to Fall Asleep 2 Volume 1, and you'll hear how crazy I sound. That is the most craziest I think I've ever been on phenibut, and I just felt like, dude, my whole world was spinning. Everything felt like happy, and I couldn't eat because I felt like sick. Like my stomach was hurting really bad, and I felt very emotional. Like phenibut makes you feel very emotional as well. Good night, trippers. Yeah, good night. Phenibut is much similar to pregabalin or gabapentin than Xanax. I still don't even think it's similar to that. I think it's in its own class. I don't think it's similar to anything, really. I really don't. When I was a child, my mommy used to read me bedtime stories. As an adult, I listened to Datura Trip Reports. Yeah, Datura Trip Reports are the true cure to insomnia. Better when narrated by Trip Daddy. Maybe just less anxiety, allowing you to rest. That could be it. My highest dose was about 10 grams daily. My highest dose was probably like 15 grams, but that was, I really don't know. I just kept on doing it and doing it like throughout the day. I remember I would mix 8 grams in orange juice and I would drink it. And then I found the capsules. Like I didn't want to do the capsules because they were only like 300 milligrams. And since I was doing so much, like I didn't want to do a whole bunch of capsules. It's a very, very scary drug. Phenibut is very dangerous, just like Kratom. Quit cold turkey without withdrawal somehow. Got very lucky. Yeah, you did. So you got very, very fucking lucky for sure. And I wasn't doing it every day. Once you do it every day, though, that's the part where Phenibut will kill you. Like you gotta, like people aren't wrong when they tell you to space it out. Like you gotta space it out. If you're gonna do Phenibut, you gotta fucking space it out because it will. If you do it every day, you're gonna get those withdrawals. Unless you didn't somehow, which is congratulations. But yeah. Have you had any experiences on DXM? Did it once and I'll never do it again. Can't even imagine DPH, scary shit. Well, DPH is even scarier for sure. But I've done DXM a lot. The most recent time I did it actually was a couple weeks ago. A little bit before my vacation I did it. And I did 300 milligrams of the Robotabs. And I watched Chernobyl. I listened to a whole bunch of music. And I was having a great time and my vision was spinning, dude. My vision was spinning the next day. I was still tripping for like 2 more days after that. I actually had a really good time, but, it was actually the days after that made me was like, all right, I got to throw this shit away. So I threw my DXM away. I can't believe Robotabs are in business. Like you just know that they're selling it just for kids. And it's really kind of sickening to me. Same with Benadryl. Like, well, no, because Benadryl is more, everyone knows what Benadryl is, and they know it's an allergy medication, makes you fall asleep. But DXM, cough medicine, like, anyone who knows cough medicine, like, it gets you high. Benadryl, on the other hand, like, most adults, boomers, they don't know that it actually, like, makes you get fucked up and makes you go delirious and shit. DXM is, I would consider it safer than DPH. I would consider it safe though. I used to consider it safe. I think you can, someone said in another podcast or whatever I was doing, they said that it's cured their depression. So, I mean, good for that. Like, I don't even know how I couldn't do that because if I do DXM, I wouldn't be able to eat. When I do DXM, I can't eat or drink like too much stuff because it just makes me feel sick. So that's why I don't like doing it. But yeah, tolerance builds so fast too. Yeah, I've done DXM at school years ago. Yeah, I used to do it at school a lot too. It was a lot of fun. I saw a lady's face grow tentacles everywhere, and her eyes started glowing, getting closer as her face got veiny and bloodier. That's crazy. I'm on Effexor, Buspar, and Remeron is the only one that works for sleep. But it barely even puts me to sleep anymore. And I have cravings for DXM all the time. Remeron, I think that is mirtazapine, right? I think so. It's fucking crazy, yeah. If you can't fall asleep on that, then what are you even going to do next, There's so much shit. I've heard of mirtazapine. It's... Should we read an Aroa report about it? That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Yep, Remeron, mirtazapine. It's a tetracyclic antidepressant / sedative. It also goes by Remeron, Zispin, Avanza, Norset, and Remergil. The chemical name is 1,2,3,4,10,14B hexahydro 2-methylpyrazono 2,1-A pyrido 2,3-C benzazepine. Mirtazapine is the antidepressant that is believed to work on serotonin and noradrenergic systems. It is not yet well known in the United States. Mirtazapine is also known to be a NASSA, noradrenergic, and specific serotonin antidepressant. You guys want to go on the difficult experiences? Let's see. Ooh, there's a Hawaiian baby wood roast and mirtazapine one. That might be interesting. Let's see here. No, not that interesting. 180 milligrams, bro. I learned about delirium effects of mirtazapine, so I bought some and took. Wanted to get some visual and stuff. Never did deliriums before. Ingested 4 milligram tablets of mirtazapine. 1 hour in. At this moment, I felt only weakness and desire to sleep. Hour and 10 minutes in, I felt okay, so I decided to take 2 more tablets. Hour 15 minutes in, started to see some strange closed-eye visuals, CEVs, bright flashes, computer text, pages, windows, charts, all in white and black. For unknown reasons, it was only some computer typographical stuff. T plus 130. At this point, I started to feel really bad, not mentally, but physically. No more visuals, just desire to sleep and become sober. Next couple of hours, I was trying to fall asleep. 4.5 hours in, still couldn't sleep because of something like restless leg syndrome. Very, very unpleasant and persistent strange feeling in my legs. I took some melatonin and eventually fell asleep. Well, he got fucking lucky there, doing 180 milligrams of damn mirtazapine. That's crazy. Matcha and yerba mate sounds good. Sounds really good. That sounds good right now. What do you think about HHC? Never done it, but you know, I don't know. I can't really speak on substances I've never done. Like, I at least want to talk about how it makes you feel. But yeah. All right, this one could be another story for mirtazapine. I've been through a series of psych docs and therapists in my life, like a human lab rat of sorts. I've been on so many meds I can't remember. I do remember that once, about a year ago, I was prescribed mirtazapine, which I took once and never again. The reason? It gave me a seizure. Now my life is a complete mess, and to escape the dark depths of depression I was in, I decided I'd try some wine and Remeron capsule and a half. Super bad idea. What are the combinations between alcohol and mirtazapine? Sounds like a terrible combination. Okay, you can drink alcohol while taking mirtazapine, but it may make you feel sleepy and unsteady on your feet. It might be best to stop drinking alcohol for the first few days of treatment until you see how the medicine affects you. Drinking alcohol every day in large amounts can make your symptoms worse. Where's that one? Okay, here we go. I love this website, drugs.com. It tells you all the interactions. Like, I just love it. It's a moderate with food, so you should avoid or limit the use of alcohol being treated with mirtazapine. Do not use more than the recommended dose of mirtazapine, and avoid activities that require mental alertness, such as driving or operating hazardous machinery, until you know how the medication affects you. Mirtazapine and high cholesterol. Okay. Hyperlipidemia. Mirtazapine may significantly elevate serum triglyceride and total cholesterol levels. Patients with pre-existing hyperlipidemia may require closer monitoring during mirtazapine therapy and adjustments made accordingly in their lipid-lowering regimen. All right. So, yeah, that's crazy. Let's look at what clonidine has. Very interested. I don't want to sign in. So it interacts with Abilify moderately. Ambien, Benadryl. It doesn't interact with Adderall at all. Well, it's unknown. Cymbalta, Klonopin, Lamictal, Lyrica. Oh, wow. What is this? Metoprolol, whatever that is, that's a very negative one. Seroquel and Xanax. One alcohol food interaction with clonidine. So it's a moderate one. So it's clonidine and ethanol may have additive effects in lowering your blood pressure. Oh, it lowers it. Okay. You may experience headache, dizziness, lightheadedness, fainting, and or changes in pulse or heart rate. These side effects are most likely to be seen at the beginning of treatment, following a dose increase, or when treatment is restarted after an interruption. Let your doctor know if you develop these symptoms and they do not go away after a few days or they become troublesome. Avoid driving or operating hazardous machinery until you know how the medications affect you, and use caution when getting up from sitting or lying position. Yeah. I really want to know about Xanax and fucking alcohol, what it says. It's probably like the worst thing ever. Oh, that's not what I want. That is not what I want. I want to remove clonidine, and I just want to do Xanax. So is there any major Norco? So, oh my God. So anything with opioids, not a good idea to mix with alcohol or with Xanax. So alcohol, wow. Where's the alcohol? It doesn't say. It just has the food and the obesity. Why is, so alprazolam and obesity? Huh. The plasma half-lives of benzodiazepines may be prolonged in these obese patients, presumably due to increased distribution into fat. Also, Xanax gives you the Xan cheese, so that's another thing. Marked increases in distribution, less than or greater than 100%, have been reported for diazepam and midazolam, and moderate increases 25 to 100% for alprazolam, lorazepam, or oxazepam. Therapy with benzodiazepines should be administered cautiously in obese patients with careful monitoring of CNS status. Longer dosing intervals may be appropriate. When dosing by weight, loading doses should be based on actual body weight, while maintenance dose should be based on ideal body weight to avoid toxicity. Well, that's very interesting to know. I wish it would say, with the alcohol. Does it say it here? Do not drink alcohol taking alprazolam. This medication can increase the effects of alcohol. You may feel more drowsy, dizzy, or tired if you take alprazolam with alcohol with your doctor. Yeah, that's something. Is melatonin dangerous? It makes you feel groggy the next day. I don't recommend it. Hi, I love you. I love you too. Melatonin has never done anything for me. Yeah, some people just don't experience it. They just don't. It doesn't. Nothing happens. Over-counter sleep med versus melatonin. I would take the melatonin instead. At least it's safer. Where can I get codeine online? I'm not really sure. You have to find that out yourself. With weed and Remeron feels really good until you come down from weed and just puts you to bed. Wait, hold up. Just got whole oat flour to put in the shake today, and it was insanely thick and kind of gross, but I got to gain weight. I weigh like 100 pounds. Yeah, you got to gain a little bit, at least like 20 to 30 pounds for sure. Sleep is fun, ? Yeah. Doxylamine is the best for sleep, in my opinion. Work better than Remeron. Yeah, doxylamine, that's a deliriant, I think, right? Or is it doxylamine? Yeah, I did a video on that, I think. Where is it at? Unisom. Yeah, Unisom. Did I? Or maybe it wasn't doxylamine. It was something. No, I think it was it. Yeah. Fuck, I forgot what it was called. Son of a bitch. Trazodone for sleeping time. Yeah, I never done trazodone, but I hear it does make you very tired. If I don't get weed grown in real soil, I get tired as hell from it, though. That sounds yummy. I've been in my barista era and have definitely been loving teas lately. Teas are so very good. We need more huffing reports. I don't know, man. There's like a lot on my channel now, for sure. Trazodone gives me the funnest dreams and nightmares. I'm on Effexor and Buspar. Buspar can be abused to get high. I got prescribed Buspar before, and only thing that happened to me was I felt tired after taking it. I really felt like really tired. Like I felt like I couldn't even stay up at all. Not like hydroxyzine. Hydroxyzine is different though. Hydroxyzine it just like knocks you the fuck out for me. But Buspar, like you could stay awake, but it just like your body felt weird. I was on Buspar in the past. Looked like a knockoff Xanax bar. Yeah, a little bit. Valium. Valium had really deep dreams. Not sure how to explain it. Maybe deep or the deep sleep mixed with dreams made me think it was deep. Very deep question there. Onion patches for codeine online. Oh, God. 0.3 milligrams is the perfect melatonin dose, the amount your body makes. Yeah, the more you take, the worse it'll make you feel, so you don't want to do a lot. Your videos help me. Really love you, bro. Or your videos really help me. Love you, bro. Yeah, love you too. Doxepin for sleep, the best, 150 milligrams. What is Doxepin? Let me look that up. Doxepin hydrochloride. Is there a Roid? Oh, we got to finish that story. Let me finish the story first. Okay, so they said super bad idea. Well, at first, this was about the mirtazapine. Well, at first it was great. I felt relaxed and even dreamy. I could sleep at any time if I wanted to. But then I had another bad idea and stuffed my stomach with pasta. As I was coming back from the kitchen, I knew it would happen again. I was going to collapse any second now. I had a few seconds to decide and act on falling consciously, but my mind wandered and I imagined I was back and safe in my room lying down. To my surprise, I was twitching on the floor and my sister, horrified, tried to help me as much as she could. Luckily, I didn't break any bones or anything serious, and I could get some much needed rest. It was, in reality, a desperate, unconscious suicide attempt, which I deeply regret. Remeron, not recreational. Please take care with this stuff, folks. This drug can be very dangerous. Yeah, mixing with wine. I've noticed that mixing stuff with wine specifically is not a good idea. Like, there's something in wine that is just not a good thing to do. But yeah, no, that's a scary story for sure. Let's go to the Doxapin. See what if there's any. Oh, there's not too many stories on it. Out to lunch. Let's see how long it is. If it's long, I might save it. No. Had a seizure in the office with tramadol and Doxapin. This is a warning not to mix tramadol with tricyclic antidepressants such as Doxapin. I was prescribed Doxapin to help me sleep, was taking normal dosage, 1 capsule a day, and took 4 tramadol that day before work. About 2 hours later, I was on a telephone conference call and started feeling jittery. Then suddenly my jaw just started opening and closing, and I couldn't control it. I was stuttering into my conference call. I had to slam down the phone. Next thing I remember, I woke up to see a complete stranger staring into my face asking if I was okay. That stranger, about a minute later, turned out to be my best friend at work. Complete amnesia temporarily. There were paramedics there, and I was told I had a grand mal seizure, right there in my cubicle. I remembered nothing of it. I went to the hospital and gradually, within an hour, remembered what medicines I had taken to do this to me. I will never take a tricyclic again, and Ultram may be in very small doses. Ultram is tramadol. Now, I think the tramadol might have caused that. Tramadol causes a lot of seizures, I've noticed. I wonder if I already read that story before on my channel. I've done a couple tramadol videos. I probably have, honestly. That looks familiar. No, I haven't. Okay, that's shocking. But yeah, no, Doxapin mixed with that, not a good idea, I guess. Let's see here. No, we're not going to read that one. All right. I'm not going to put these in the description box below because I don't even have them saved. So, yeah. Let's see. Where are we at now? Ambien for sleepy eepy. Ambien is just a very powerful drug. Buspar doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, it really didn't do anything for me either. Buspirone, same thing. Works 20 milligrams. Seroquel knocks me out. Hydroxyzine sucks for me. Me too. I that's what I had to take after I did my ketamine, 2CB, and shrooms because I just needed to go to bed and I was just trying and trying. I just couldn't. Usually it knocks me out, but that time it didn't. Dang, for me it was the opposite. Buspar knocked me out, but hydroxyzine never worked. I would take it before shifts and I wouldn't feel a thing. Perfect. I'm watching this to fall asleep now. I want to try Lunesta, but my doctor hates prescribing shit. Yeah, no, I mean it's very tough to prescribe that. At least it's not everyone needs to be on everything. Pregabalin is fun. I really like Valium, but my doctor won't give it to me. I wonder why. It's very hard, very hard. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, guys. So I'll be right back. Excuse me. All right, I'm back. Um, Shandon is definitely better when it's not fucking frozen. I put it in the freezer just so it get cold last night because I wanted to drink it quickly, but then I ended up falling asleep after I had a steak. And what else did I have? I had broccoli. Yeah, I passed out for sure. Definitely from the clonidine as well. But yeah, no, I put it in the freezer. And then I didn't even know it was frozen. I opened it, and the fucking thing started spilling everywhere. So I had to grab a glass. I probably lost like half the fucking thing. But yeah, no, it's a lot better now. Like last night, it did not taste good, but now it's like, ooh, it's a lot more smooth. I think. Yeah. Um, let's see here. What else did anyone say? I thought hydroxyzine was a weight loss tab. I think hydroxy is wait hydroxy. Um, no, there's something. I know what you're talking about. Hydroxycut. Yeah, that's what it is. Hydroxycut is the weight loss tab. I know that now. Um, it has biotin, collagen, folate, and iron. Why not just do Ozempic? I hate Ozempic so much. Fuck Ozempic. I liked it when people weren't abusing it, but because it wasn't a problem. But now people are stealing diabetics medicine that they only have, and they're fucking it up for everyone. And it's just like people who get other prescriptions like Vyvanse, the generic Vyvanse. They fuck it up for everyone else because they don't need it, but yeah, so it's like so stupid. But yeah, people with diabetes who need Ozempic and they're not getting it because these fucking assholes can't lose 5 fucking pounds on their own seriously piss me the fuck off. I mean, the problem is with Ozempic is that it fucking works magic wonders with people. Um, like you see before and after photos, like the people look really good, but that's the problem with it. People are seeing that and then they're gonna do it. Like even people who don't even need it though, like if you're really fat, you know you should really try. You can't go the easy way out, you really can't go the easy way out. uh it's to get to that point you got to really fucking struggle yourself, and I feel like to get back to the point you got to struggle again. Maybe use it a little bit, but I don't think that Ozempic is just like it's. I got a really strong opinion on it. I don't think people should be using it. Like people in Hollywood, especially, like they're fucking ruining themselves, and it's kind of funny for them because I don't care about people in Hollywood. But people over here who are doing it just to lose like a couple pounds, like people who are just losing a couple pounds and doing it, that pisses me off like so much. I grabbed a water too. Okay, water tastes good again. Good. Um, yeah, no, it pisses me off because the diabetics, like people have diabetes, they need that shit. They need that fucking medicine. They take those injections all the time. And now these fucking assholes who want to lose 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds, 20 pounds to go to a fucking wedding to fit in a fucking wedding dress. They want to steal these people's medications and yeah, and make it hard for diabetics who actually fucking need it to fucking do it. So that pisses me off about Ozempic. I hate people who use it. I really do. I despise if you use it. I despise you unless you're using it for diabetes. But yeah. Um, we have yet to hear the iconic Trip Daddy burp. Yeah, I was. I just don't have to. I don't know. I have really bad nerves, have severe tinnitus. I take Buspirone, Gabapentin, and Doxepin saved my life. Well, that's good. I almost died on Datura. Oh, God, let's hear that story. What's the craziest substance to you that you have taken? The craziest substance was probably DMT. I had a crazy experience on it. I remember I was sitting in the chair and then I hit it and then I just got woo, pushed back and all the way sat back in the chair and I just started experiencing like a mini breakthrough. I didn't break through, but I almost did. If I would have taken another hit, I definitely would have. And my friend was just over the other day, not the same one that I was talking about before, but a different one. he hit the DMT, and I said I stopped doing DMT. I stopped doing everything. That's why I'm going to clean off all that crap. But he hit it. I still had some in the bowl, and I forgot to tell him like I had like already pretty much a breakthrough dose in there, and then he put more. I told him there was some in there, but I didn't realize how much because after he hit it, he said it was the craziest trip of his life. He said he's never experienced anything like that. He said he walked into my house. It was beautiful. He said he saw fractals everywhere. Like, it was just the craziest thing ever. He said he said he did break through, but I don't know if he did or not because he got up pretty quickly. And for him, it felt like it lasted like 5 minutes, and that's how long it lasted. So, like, I don't know. I don't think he did. I think he almost did. I think he was just on the edge there. But he's got a gram of it left, and yeah, he only used my leftovers. So yeah, so that DMT shit is fucking powerful as hell. Just a little bit, dude, will fucking transport you into the actual reality of life. Even betel nut is a nice stimulant. Never done it, but I know it's a big thing in a foreign country. I forgot which one, but yeah. Generic Vyvanse sucks. Yeah, I haven't done it before, so I don't know. Um, does it make you not eat for a whole week? Ozempic makes you like eat half your meal basically that you usually would eat, but yeah, it just makes you not hungry as much. It makes you full quicker. Them Ozempic folks looked haggard as fuck. Yeah, calm down, Trip. Nah, I'm being serious about this Ozempic shit. Opiates should also only be used when you have severe pains. Yeah, and then people get addicted, and then it's a terrible time. Would you ever do salvia extract? No, I won't. I can't. I'm too scared. I can't do it. I was scared to try the DMT, but I finally like didn't like I accepted it. But like I know with salvia can be much more like crazy. I don't want to become a doorknob for 50 billion years. That just doesn't sound fun to me. Um, I heard two middle-aged women talking about Manjaro at the gas station yesterday. Is that the Ozempic alternative? Yep. Yep, probably. I mean, maybe they have it for diabetes, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, people using this shit like they're probably that shit. That honestly, I wonder what their stock is at because I might buy a stock. Um, Eli Lilly and Co. It's at $804 a stock. Oh, it's going down. Oh, this is like the perfect time to buy it, dude. It went down. If you guys want to buy a stock, buy Eli Lilly and Co. I'm not a market man, but that could be something for sure. Well, this dropped by 40.7%. DXCM, dextrochloromethorphan. Dexcom Inc. It's at $64. What do they do? Oh, they're also a glucose monitoring. Oh shit. So Dexcom stock is headed for its worst sell-off ever. Is it justified? Uh, Damn. I guess people are really talking about it. I did not know. I don't really care about stocks. I remember back in the day, like a couple years ago, when everyone got into stocks and everyone was just like buying shit, buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin and shit. Like, people are so fucking dumb. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. If you don't know what you're doing, why are you even doing it? And then people just lost money or they kept it in there and they're not even touching it and they're never going to touch it because, why would you? But yeah, I just hated the people that got into stocks and they thought like like teenagers, like high schoolers, like, oh man, you got to invest into this shit, man. This is like the best thing ever. I know what I'm doing. I'm fucking, what did that, Jordan Belfort do? He was he a stock exchanger or was he, there's a specific name for him. Let me look it up. Stockbroker. That's what I meant to say. Stockbroker. Yeah, people thought they were stockbrokers and doing that shit. He's 62. Holy shit. He's getting old. Um, do shroom bars work on an antidepressant? I think so. I mean, they definitely work for sure. Yeah, but I wouldn't trust them as much, like she said, or yeah, like you said, they don't know. My dealer is selling Wonka bar 3.5 grams. Oh boy. Um, Why is NDE similar to the word NDA? I don't know. Um, Near-death experience and non-disclosure agreement are very different. I don't know, man. You make it a non-disclosure agreement, and you're giving yourself a near-death experience. No, I'm kidding. Where Vivek at? He's enjoying the weather in the summertime because he said the UK has been having terrible weather this summer, and there's actually good weather today, so he's enjoying the outside. But he'll be on next week, or sometime. Maybe this week in the middle of the week or something. I don't know. Why do people's faces change on drugs? I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, I think everything changes on drugs. Dude, why you hate on that? I made some money on Bitcoin during lockdown from which I could afford to travel to Southeast Asia now. I'm not hating on it. I just don't like the people that didn't know what they were doing and they like were telling other people what to do. I just didn't like that. But yeah, if it worked for you, that's good. I have autism and I like dinosaurs. I have moderate autism and I also like dinosaurs, so that's pretty cool. But yeah. Woo! Dinosaurs. What's your favorite dinosaurs? I like the Stegosaurus. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I like that one a lot. Wait, no, not that one. I mean, I like that one. Which one? Brachiosaurus. That's the one I like. The one with the long neck. These ones are my favorite because they're just like. Oh, there's another species that came out. Oh my God, that's an even longer neck. I wonder if we can save this image and put it. Damn. What you doing with that neck, though? Holy shit, bruh. Let me wait till you guys see this shit. Let me name it dinosaur. That's not how you spell dinosaur. I didn't type it right. Hold up, guys. I want to show you this picture of this dinosaur because that's a very, very long neck. So I'm gonna give that time. Wait until you guys see that shit. Crazy ass dinosaur. It's fucking insane. Come on. Transition. You can do it. Okay. Look at that fucking thing. That's a long ass neck, dude. The new dinosaur species roamed around Earth during the late Jurassic epoch, approximately 155 million years ago. Scientifically named Romaleopachus turpanensis. The animal is up to 25 meters, 82 feet in length. Holy crap. It was a member of the family Mammacosauri, a group of sauropod herbivorous, long-necked dinosaurs known from the Jurassic and early Cretaceous of Asia and Africa. These dinosaurs added extra vertebrae to their necks to elongate them. In addition to this, made each individual neck vertebrae longer. Professor Paul Barrett, a paleontologist in the Department of Earth Sciences at University College London and the Department of Earth Sciences at the Natural History Museum London, said in a statement, "We don't know why they did this, but we presume it's either a feeding adaptation or sexual selection." Why not both? Do you think they did mushrooms? Probably. A nearly complete forelimb of Romaleopachus turpanensis was recovered from the lower part of the Kalaza Formation and Turpan Basin in Xinjiang, Uyghur Autonomous Region, China. This dinosaur was formerly described as a specimen of another similar dinosaur called the Hudosaurus cynogeopanorum, but has been a member of features that are not seen in any sauropod. What does this one look like? Aw, the website doesn't exist. Let me look it up though. If it's anything interesting, I'll show it to you guys. But if it just looks the same, I won't. If it looks longer, is there? Oh, damn, what is that? That's a fat one. Okay, I gotta show you guys this one. This one is fucking hilarious. Remove. All right, I got to add this one. Image. I'm just going to call it image, I guess. I don't care. This one is fucking, oh my god. This one is hilarious. I got to, got to make it smaller. There we go. Look at this one, dude. That one is something. It's still not there. Yeah, oh, is it there now? Yeah, he's a thick boy. He's a fucking thick boy. Look at that one. So that one, which one is this one called? It says it in there. Damn it. I want to just look it up normally. No. All right, the Hudiosaurus. So is that the one, actually? Sino-Japanorum. So that is it. Okay. Why does it look like that, though? That's so funny. That can't be it. That's just, I think that's just a recreation. Okay, so it's a reconstruction, but still, that is funny as hell. Like, I think that's hilarious. That's a funny-ass dinosaur. Thickosaurus Rex. That's funny. Did trilobites huff gasoline? They might have. I think they. Do you think they had spots to do it? Where would they inhale it? Did they have lungs? Of course they did, right? Because they are in the water. Well, no. Duh. Yeah, I always thought these animals were fucking interesting. They look so weird. Closest living relative, the horseshoe crab. Yeah, the horseshoe crab is something else, isn't it? Wow. Love horseshoe crabs. I love animals. I love talking about animals. I just love getting into it. So if anyone has any animal questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you. Let me delete this now. I think you guys seen enough of the Thickosaurus Rex. But man, he's thick. He's a thick boy. He's a thick boy. Yes, I want to remove. Maybe our trilobites now gas. Oh, that could be a good thing. Maybe that's what they are. They evolved into gasoline. Thoughts on axolotls? I love them. I think they're so cute. Maybe I should pull them up. I just love. Aw, look at that picture. Tokyo. Look at them. I'm gonna save this picture. Look at them, Tokyo, but the little babies. The little babies. I just want to give them a big kiss. Mwah. Not an AVIF file. I want to do a JPEG file. God, I hate when it does that. So annoying. So freaking annoying when Google does that. Or it's a WebP file. Like, come on, bruh. Like, seriously? Alright, that is another big one. We'll just keep it like that. They're so cute. You get them. You cute. Little babies. They're just little babies. Look at their little arms. Little legs. Little hands. Oh. They're just so darn adorable. Aww. Man, I'm sorry. I gotta switch to a triple crack. I fall asleep to this shit. Yeah, no, it's gonna be very hard to fall asleep to this. How to stop cat from what? You can't milk pterodactyls. Can you not? I mean, I think you can. Look at the axolotls. They're so cute. Look at it. They're so cute. Oh, they got like cute little like things on top. Like, what are those called? Axolotl things on head. I don't know what They have feathery gills on either side of their head that are a signature look. So I did not know that those are gills. That's interesting to know about. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I did not know those were gills. That's wild. Fast facts about an axolotl. I mean, you can go into the store and buy these. The name axolotl is believed to come from the ancient Aztec name Nuhatl, who translates roughly as water monster. Axolotls have the amazing ability to regrow entire limbs repeatedly. They experience no scarring and can even regrow injuries as grievous as a crushed spinal cord. That's crazy. Humans can't do that. Unlike most frogs and other salamanders, which move to land as adults, the axolotl lives its whole life underwater, retaining many of its juvenile traits. The feathery structures on each side of the axolotl's head are its gills. Scientists are working to identify the genes involved in the axolotl's incredible regenerative abilities in hopes of one day applying what they will learn to human medicine. Yeah, it's a good idea to do that. Oh, here's a fucking... That's a different looking one. I don't think I've ever seen that. The ones in the store looks a lot different. Never seen one like that. Let me show it to you guys. Hold on. It's just becoming an animal show. This is like animal show. The second part to the Trip Sitters podcast is just animals. Yeah, this is an axolotl, guys. It's a green one. Or maybe it's not green. It's just green because the algae. But, yeah. Yeah, they're highly regenerative. It's their sonic antennae that they use to cause earthquakes. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Ocean human, for sure. But yeah, look at this one. This one is also an axolotl. It looks a lot different than the other one that we were looking at. This one is native to freshwater lakes in Mexico. They're popular aquarium pets. Yeah, I've never seen one like that, I don't think. Maybe I've come across it, but I've never noticed it was an axolotl. But yeah. I will show you my favorite animal if you guys want to see. This has always been one of my favorites. They're very terrifying, and I would never want to come across one. But let's get a cute photo. They're kind of cute. Not when they're fully grown a little bit, but when they're babies, they're very adorable. But when they're fully grown, it's kind of terrifying. At least I know how to do this on here. This is pretty cool. Yeah, I just love... There's another animal I want to show. I want to get off my chest here. This might actually be my favorite, but I think... Doop-a-da-boop, boop-a-da-boop, boop-a-da-boop, ba-doop-a-doop, doop-a-da-boop, boop-a-da-boop. I gotta save that image. If you guys are still here, give this podcast a like. And also, yeah, the hippo... so that you guys can see the hippo. Now, I don't know because it's transitioning on the OBS studios, and I don't know when it's going to go on. But yeah, hippos are just so massive. They're so fucking scary. They can destroy you, and they won't even eat you. They'll just fucking kill you. They won't eat you because they're herbivores. They don't oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know how people do that, but hey, thank you so much for that. 5 memberships, Concept Center. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's really awesome of you. Thank you. That's really cool. Now you guys are all members. That's insane. Maybe I should gift me a membership. No, I'm kidding. Hey, thanks for the great content. You're welcome. Yeah, that's pretty cool that you guys can do that. I noticed people can do that in other streams. I just never knew how to do that. But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I appreciate that so much, actually. Thank you again to Concept Center. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram got deleted or it got suspended and it's still off. Go follow me on Datura God right now. It's DATURAGOD. I said I would be giving shout outs at the beginning of the people who followed me on there. I would shout out your username. So if you're not following me on Instagram there, go follow it. I'm trying to get back to at least 2,000 followers. It's going to be very hard. Like I used to get so many like thousands of likes, and now it's only getting a couple hundred. Like, oh my god, you sound like a fucking woo boo boo. You only get a couple hundred likes. Wow, go fuck yourself. But yeah, if you guys want to follow me on there, I'll be giving shout outs to you guys on there. Yeah. Bye, Trip Poopy. Pookie. I hope you all have a nice day. Yeah, you too. Thank you. But yeah, this hippo is a very, very massive thing, and it is just a very wild creature. And it's funny because Pablo Escobar got him, or was it El Chapo? One of the two. They got gifted hippos for their zoo, and they all got released into South America. Now they're invasive species over there, and they terrify the locals, and they would terrify me too. That's crazy. Always a pleasure. Best regards from the tiny country, Liechtenstein. Oh, God, I probably mispronounced that like crazy. I don't even know what that is, honestly. Wow, I never even heard of that country before. That's what American knowledge does for you. I can't even remember the word knowledge. I didn't pronounce it right either. I know I didn't. Pronunciation. Liechtenstein. Okay, so it's Liechtenstein. Okay. Shout out Joseph Nil. Follow me on Datura God. See, you guys do it, and you will get shouted out. I told you. What did I say? Yeah, Liechtenstein. So let's see where it's close to over here. Oh wait. Liechtenstein, where's the maps? The maps is over here. So it's a very small country. Wow. That's probably why I never even heard of it. Okay, so you're by Switzerland. Okay, I like Switzerland. I definitely do love Switzerland. Austria's over there. Germany. Let's see, France is over here. But that's cool that you're right by Italy too. Like, that's so cool. How far away are you from like Venice? Let's see here. Let's see how far away of a drive it is, because I like to know. Okay, a 5-hour, 37-minute drive. That's like from here to like Kentucky or some shit from where I live. So that's crazy. You can travel to Italy and as fast as I can go to Kentucky, bruh. You are lucky as fuck. You are so lucky. All right, let's get this hippo off of here. And let's change it to my actual favorite, like truly favorite animal. Now this one is a very interesting animal. There's not too many of them that I know of, but they are something, and they look fucking badass. What are we doing on this fine Sunday? We are fucking talking about animals and Liechtenstein, Little Europe. It looks like a very nice country, though. It's 79 degrees, 89 tomorrow, 95. Like, it looks like a very nice country. I would like to go there. That is actually pretty cool. Appreciate that. That's why is it so wealthy? Used its low corporate tax rates to draw many companies and became one of the most wealthiest countries in the world. Well, shout out Liechtenstein. Shout out Liechtenstein, bro. Okay, so yeah, shoebills. They are one of my favorite animals of all time. They are just so cool to me with their big ass beak. It's literally a shoe bill. It looks like a shoe, and that's why I think they get their name from that, because it just looks like a shoe. It's all like, and they decide on who lives and dies with their kids. Like, their kids are like, you know, who's the most powerful one, who can live in the wild, and they kill the other one, or they just let it go, I think. And yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy. Imagine that thing running at you and snapping its beak. Yeah, no, that would be terrifying. That's why I'm like, kind of like, I love, you know, animals that are scary, because I don't ever want to come across one. There's another animal I will this animal might be the most terrifying one out of all of them. Oops. Because if you come across this thing, you might die, because they're venomous as well. Not the best creatures to come across. But yeah, shoebills are my favorite. I love shoebills. I follow the shoebill page on Instagram, and it's a lot of fun. Oh, you know what? I also love crows a lot. Crows are one of my favorite animals. Top 10. I should do a top 10 animal thing, and just give my opinions on them because I have a lot of opinions on these animals. But yeah, this next one, very terrifying animal. Yeah, let's see here. Do you guys see that? Yeah, cassowaries, they're very terrifying. I would not want to come across a cassowary, that's for sure. That's a no-go for me, buddy boy. No-go for me. They are super underrated, though. Oh, yeah, no problem for the shout-out. But yeah, no, this thing, a Komodo dragon, they are venomous. They will bite you and eat you and kill you alive. My favorite animal is probably the lizard that have a huge beard and spit venom. Yeah, those are pretty cool. I'd have to say so. Let's see where. Don't want the axolotl facts anymore. I want to get the Komodo dragon facts. The average size of a male Komodo dragon is 8 to 9 feet and about 200 pounds, so roughly LeBron James, according to the Smithsonian National Zoological Park, but they can reach a whopping 10 feet in length. Females only grow to 6 feet, 1.8 meters, and 10 feet is 3 meters. Komodos come in a variety of colors, including blue, orange, green, and gray. Their skin is rough and durable, reinforced with bony plates called osteoderms. They also have long claws and a large, muscular tail. I can't imagine how muscular that tail is, dude. It's probably the most muscular fucking thing on the planet. It'll kill you. Maybe not as much as a fucking an alligator. An alligator is pretty crazy. How strong is their venom? Yeah, let's see if it says it on here. It's probably. I'm assuming it's pretty strong. Like I've seen them eat like animals. Come on, I don't want to click on a QuickBooks ad. No, stop it. All right, fine. We'll just search on a different website. Fucking assholes. What the hell? Bruh, Intuit QuickBooks. Go fuck yourself. Maybe I have too many tabs open. I don't know. That's probably what it is. Komodo dragon facts. For kids. Yeah, kids don't need to know about this. No, facts and National Geographic would be a good website for it. They won't cause me a lot of ads. Bruh, you really need an email address to go on here? Come on. Oh, they're endangered? Okay, I did not know that. Komodo dragons are not dragons. Yes, we did know that. I knew that they were lizards. They are by far the largest lizards on Earth, which is crazy that they're a lizard, dude. Just look at that, dude. Like, they're fucking... That's a huge-ass lizard, man. That's what I would want to be if I was reincarnated into another animal. They're approximately the length of a small car. They're heavy, too. Like we said, 200 pounds, approximately 154 pounds, which is approximately the same weight as a panda bear. Damn. Komodo dragons are venomous. Komodo dragons are known for their notorious venomous hunting strikes. It used to be believed that these lizards had various strains of bacteria in their saliva that killed prey, but this theory was discredited by the University of Queensland and is now believed they secrete venom proteins similar to that of venomous snakes. So it's probably not like a strong venom, but it's probably still like a pretty good amount. Like a snake is a good amount for sure. But yeah, they're fucking terrifying as hell. Get off of that shit. They live on their own island. Komodo dragons are only present on 5 Indonesian islands and in no other country in the world. 4 of these islands make up what is known as the Komodo National Park, and the fifth is that of Flores. The main island that is home to the largest amount of Komodo dragons in the world is named after these lizards. It is so named Komodo Island. So definitely don't go there. Komodo dragons may have originated in Australia. According to various research publications, including that of prestigious Smithsonian magazine, that there is new fossil evidence that suggests the Komodo dragon originated in Australia. Numerous fossils were unearthed by a team of international scientists in Eastern Australia, dating back from 300,000 years ago to roughly 4 million years ago, that are identical to current-day Komodo dragons. Okay. That would make sense because Australia has fucking crazy-ass... fucking animals already. I gotta follow this person. I forgot who to do it before. I want to. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, wait, hold up. Okay, just seeing if anyone else followed me on Deter Guy. Like I said, I will shout you out. They have an excellent sense of smell. As with most reptiles, the Komodo dragons use their forked tongues instead of noses to smell. They can detect a rotting prey from 2.5 miles away, or 4 kilometers. What the fuck is a kilometer? Their sense of hearing and sight, however, are less than impressive. All right. Well, you should have went into that a little bit more. Their tails are as long as their bodies. Okay. The Komodo dragons can reach the length of a small car, and their tail plays a large role in this length. Not only is their tail as long as the rest of their body, but their tails are strong enough to take down a deer. Komodo dragons will swing their tail back and forth as a scare tactic, but will also do this when they are scared themselves. A Komodo dragon being scared? Yeah, right. That would never happen. Komodo dragons are carnivores. That I knew. These giant lizards are ruthless carnivores, being such aggressive meat eaters. Shout out Victor Carucci. Shout out for following me on there. I appreciate it. Being such aggressive meat eaters, they will eat any meat, from large deer to even humans and water buffalo. Yes, oh my God, what are the Komodo dragon deaths? I'll look that up after this. They certainly have the strength and venom to do so. An interesting fact is that sometimes they eat each other. The larger the lizards, of course, will eat the younger and smaller. In addition to eating any meat they can get their tail on, these giant lizards can eat nearly their entire body weight in just one sitting. Yeah, they're fucking crazy. Oh my God, look at that image. I'm not going to show it, but yeah, he's eating inside that shit. Komodo dragons can swim. As if these reptiles weren't well enough adapted with their large bodies, strong tails, and venom, they can also swim. Komodos have been spotted as far as miles off the shore of the 5 islands they reside on, just swimming along like Dory. They can swim between the 5 islands with ease. As if this were not enough, Komodo dragons can also run as fast as 12 miles per hour, also 19 kilometers per hour. Yeah, that's terrifying. That's why hippos are so scary, because they can run like 20 to 25 miles per hour, and they don't swim. Hippos, they just travel on the bottom of the water. There is more to learn. These dragons have only been the focus of research for the past century or so, even though their fossils date back to nearly 4 million years ago. As previously mentioned, it was debated until recently whether or not they produce venom proteins or simply carry a lethal amount of bacteria. If something as simple as this fact was only recently credited, who knows what else there is to learn about these fascinating species. And number 10, they are a vulnerable species. The Komodo dragon is only found on 5 islands in Indonesia, therefore making its population quite small in relation to other reptiles. Moreover, the lack of egg-laying females, habitat destruction, and human poaching has threatened the existing species of the population. Komodo National Park is a very common tourist destination in Indonesia, and there have been reports of poachers illegally taking the lizards from the park. Bruh, like, who would want to take, would they kill them first, or would they, because if they don't, then that would be terrible. Oh, welcome to the Unreal. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a high price, dude. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. They bite, then follow prey till it dies. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Weird looking King Julian type of thing. Seen some at a zoo. Nuts. Bro, it would be black flying bro, you'll like the black flying fox too. It's a crazy looking bat. Black flying fox. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my God, they're so cute. I've seen these bats before. Yeah, they're just like a regular looking bat. Oh, look at them. They're just so adorable. Thank you. I'm going to keep that tab open. That's funny. Thank you for pronouncing for my last name right. Oh, no problem. Is that the Italian one? Yeah, no, I'm good at pronouncing Italian names. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, we got an animal session going on here, buddy boy. We lost a lot of viewers though, so... Only people who care about animals are on here, apparently. All right, let's see how many humans die from Komodo dragons. Die from Komodo dragons. Let's see here. According to data from the Komodo National Park spanning a 38-year period between 1974 and 2012, there were 24 reported attacks on humans, 5 of them fatal. Most of them victims were local villagers living around the national park. Well, so not a lot, so that's good. Yeah, that's so. Oh, 2 Komodo dragons mauled fruit picker to death. Two Komodo dragons mauled a fruit picker to death in eastern Indonesia. Police and witnesses said Tuesday. This was in 2009, I think it says. Yeah. The latest in a string of attacks on humans by the world's largest lizard species. Police Sergeant Cosmas Jalang said 31-year-old Muhammad Anwar was attacked on Komodo, one of 4 islands where the giant reptile is found in the wild, minutes after he fell out of a sugar apple tree on Monday. Oh, God, that must have been a terrifying death. He was bleeding badly from bites to his hands, body, legs, and neck after 2 lizards waiting below attacked him, according to the neighbor Teresa Tawa. He died at a clinic on the neighboring island of Flores soon after. Attacks on humans by Komodo dragons, said to number at least than 4,000 in the wild, are rare but seem to have increased in recent years. An 8-year-old boy was killed in 2007, the first recorded deadly attack on a human by one of the endangered lizards in 3 decades. A park ranger narrowly survived after one of the animals entered his hut last month and started biting his hands and legs. Dude, that's fucking terrifying. Oh my God. There have been several other attacks in recent months, according to Metro TV. The reptiles, which can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh as much as 150 pounds, have shark-like serrated teeth and a bite that can be deadly. Its saliva contains roughly 50 different known bacteria strains, so infection is at risk. Okay, so this page was made before they made the discovery that it was venom instead of bacteria strains, so yeah. Komodos can be found in the wild on the Indonesian islands of Komodo, Padar, and Rinca. Tiny numbers also can be found in Flores. Well, that's terrifying. That's, yeah, the fruit pickers, I don't know about that. That's horrifying. Bro, I'm here for you. You're just a dope-ass dude. Glad I decided to click on the podcast. Yeah, no problem. Imagine getting jumped by 2 Komodo dragons. That raps, bro. Yeah, that's, you're fucked. You are totally fucked for that. Would you rather have a hippo come at you or fall off a... All right, let me do the poll on that. Start a poll. Would you rather death is the only option, by the way. So you will die from this. Hippo coming after you, or falling off a tree to 2 Komodos. Hippo chasing after you, maybe, instead of coming after you. All right. Answer the poll, guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say. It could be it's a very hard choice to say, because who knows? It's, don't want to do that. Let me delete this image right now. Let's go back to the normal thing. Transition. Okay, so it's 50-50 right now. That's what I'm assuming it's going to be, because a hippo is just as terrifying as 2 Komodo dragons. Like, you're going to die either way. You're basically going to be ripped apart by a hippo, but you're going to like bleed to death from Komodos. And it's a tough choice. I mean, I don't know what I would do. I really don't. Hippos, I can't pick. So 50-50, dude. Yeah, that was a good poll question, wasn't it? That was a really good poll question. My mistake. 50-50 still. All right. I think a hippo would be faster. Yeah, a hippo would probably kill you faster. It'd also be more terrifying with their open mouth. I feel like 2 Komodo dragons, like you get venom inside you as well. So that's another problem you have to figure out. Like, oh, it's tough to say, dude. It's really tough to say. Yeah. I forgot. Would you rather? Like, this is one you would rather have happen instead of. Do the Komodos make you trip? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I feel like when you're on venom, you probably do trip a little bit. You know, I think you would. like I said, be sure to like the podcast if you want. Subscribe if you're new here. This is episode 11 of the Trip Sitters podcast. It's been doing a good time. This might be one of the longest ones I think I've ever done, for sure. So people, it seems like, what we're going to have here is that, oh, I got a notification. What is that? Oh, Tom Grassi. Shout out Tom Grassi. We got falling off a tree to 2 Komodos, but that's only winning by 1 vote. So it's really close. I'd say it's a really close thing. I think a hippo chasing after you is probably scarier, but falling off a tree to 2 Komodos, that could be a very scary experience. So I'd probably have to agree. I think I would rather die by the 2 Komodos. But yeah, no, either one is terrifying. Either one is terrifying. Let me do another would you rather. Well, let's make this a drug one. Would you rather death is the only option? OD on Datura. OD on DPH. Let's see what you guys say about that. I don't know what I would rather do. Datura, like DPH would be more painful, I think, but Datura would be more mentally scarring. It'd be tough to say. It'd be really tough to say, guys. I don't know. OD on DPH, yeah, it might be. Datura would be very terrifying. But DPH can really fuck you up too. Like it's a mind-altering drug, and I'll be right back. Hold up. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so you guys would rather OD on DPH, it seems like. 7 votes. So that's you need a fart? Hell yeah, let's go fart. Yeah, that might have been a worse question to ask because it's easier. I'm trying to think of a good question we can ask though. So yeah, I think DPH would probably be the better option. I don't know though, because Datura might be a lot of fun. Honestly, I feel like Datura, like if you were actually going to kill yourself and you knew you were going to die, Datura would be like, at least you get to smoke imaginary cigarettes and stuff. So I'd probably pick Datura honestly as a better way. DPH is just like, since it's so, yeah. All right, let's do another poll. Now this has become just like cynical here. Would you rather? Let's not do a death one this time. Let's see. So we're having farts. So fart that becomes a shart at work, or let's see what else. What else is embarrassing that we can do? Fart that becomes a shart at work, or having a very visible boner at work the whole day. The whole day. Would that be similar? Like, I'll just change it to at work. Would you rather at work? So I can do all day. Having a very visible boner all day. Okay, that's good. We're just doing polls now. depends where you work. It really depends. I don't know. I think I'd rather do the boner because the fart that becomes a shart, like, I mean, you could change, but you'd have to go home and get clothes. Um, it's tough to say. Like, if you're a woman, it's going to be hard for you to answer this question because, of course, I think you'd rather have the boner because you don't have any boners. But it'd be tough to say because if a very visible one, it would just be like people would notice it. People would notice it, and then people would notice your fart becomes a shart because they would smell it and it'd be like, dude, you shit your pants. I know, man. I farted and I fucking sharted, man. It'd be very tough to say, but it would be better, like, physically to have that boner all day, but it might be worse as like an embarrassment. I feel like people will understand like a fart that became a shart, but having a boner, that could be very, I don't know. It could be very, very like, hard. Oh god. No pun intended. No pun intended. We're just drinking Shandon here. I'm all done with it. But yeah, no, I think that's a better poll question than the last one, for sure. We got more votes on it as well. I think most of you people are men, for sure. If you guys can answer that, I think it's a very close one for sure. I think it's probably at a good amount. I feel like the fart becoming a shart would be definitely scary, just thinking about it. Now, for me at work, I would rather have the visible boner because I work outside most of the day. But I do work in the office. But if you like work at retail or you're a cashier somewhere, like, yeah, you might have a problem. Especially if you work with women, like, they're gonna feel very uncomfortable with you if you have a boner all day. They'd be like, "Why do you have a boner right now? Like, are you thinking of me? What are you thinking of right now?" And it's just gonna be really weird. To explain that, it's like, I don't know, man. I just woke up with it, and I had this or I had this would you rather question, and then it happened. I picked it over the shart, bro. So, all right, so we're gonna end that poll. So people would rather have the visible boner all day, but if a woman answered that, it would be a different thing. I don't know. I don't think it would mean as much. Let me answer this question really quickly. Yeah, people get really sensitive towards that material. They sure do. Wait, hello? Question mark. So does anyone have any questions that they want to ask me? You can ask me anything right now. I think this is the time that we can do it. It's been, how many hours have we been doing this for? 2.5 hours, bro. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. So please ask questions, and if you don't, we're gonna end it. But like, that's why I want you guys to ask questions. I know you guys are there. You can literally ask anything you want, and I will answer it. I'm glad I went in depth with the Kratom thing. If you guys are still on from that, I appreciate you guys. Give this a like. Comment on it when it goes out, and yeah, this has been a really good podcast. I didn't think I'd be on here this long, but here I am. Here I fucking am. So let's get these questions, guys. If not, we're gonna end it. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple more seconds here. You guys want me to go? I think you guys want me to go. Is that what you want me to do? You take Kratom. I'm sorry. So, okay. So you must be late here. I went into the full depth of my Kratom withdrawals and how I took it for so long. And you can when this gets uploaded, you can watch from the beginning, or when I start talking about it, it'll be on Spotify as well. Yes, I don't take Kratom anymore. I stopped 4 weeks ago, almost, cold turkey. Yeah, that's yeah. But I well in depth with it, probably like over an hour of what I was talking about was about Kratom. So yeah, just go watch that. It was definitely an insight into my life. But I just thought that was funny. You said you take Kratom. That's funny. But it'll be funny once you realize what I said, because like after all that, and then you just ask that, it would be, you'll laugh to yourself about it. Trust me. Favorite trip? Well, my favorite trip, I think it's hard to say. I think my favorite trip was my most recent favorite trip, where I took point 0.6 of the penis envy. Then I took another half, I think. So that was like 1.1 grams of penis envy, and I was just, enjoying myself. I was seeing matrix visuals. I was seeing like all these fractals and everything, and I was walking inside my house just back and forth talking to my friend about everything, and just talking to him about like, I felt like I felt pretty smart, like more than, I don't feel like I'm a dumb person, but I don't feel like I'm an intelligent person. I feel like I'm like an average, Joe kind of person who just knows a lot of information about stupid stuff. But like this time, I felt like pretty smart about what I was talking about, like with analogies and stuff. And yeah, I just felt really good to do that. But yeah, ego definitely did not die on that. But yeah. You planning on doing more videos about deliriance? Yes, I am. It's going to be risky for me to do the DPH videos, but I am going to do. There's a deter video that got uploaded to my subreddit, and I'd love to read it. It looks like a long one, so yeah, it's. I just love when it's long and stuff like that, because the long ones are better. Long ones are a lot better. Let me approve this. Approve user. Is there any in the queue? Yeah, Ozzy. What are you doing? Really? No way. Uh-huh. What have you been doing all day? You sniffing the Shandon? You gonna take a sip of it? Yeah. What are you doing? You just walking around here? He's like, bro loves when it's long. Yeah, no, I not like super long to the point where I can like, I'm gonna be reading for like 30 years, but like, a good 15-minute report. And if you guys want to see a good idea of like a long report, go check out my reports from my community. They're in specific playlists like user detailed or user submitted reports. Go in that playlist and then go see like the 15-minute plus videos and go look at the story and how it's written and just copy off of that, because that's like a perfect thing. Like I love it when it's 15 minutes because it's not terribly long and it's not short. Like it's a long video, it's a good, story that you can fall asleep to. Even 20 minutes long, I could do that. But there's some like the one that I read that was, I think that was let me look it up, because I think that was where I read the doxylamine one. Maybe it wasn't though. We're going to find out for sure now. We're going to see. I was talking about it earlier. The most, what's it called? Let me look here. Also, watch the new video I uploaded recently. That was a good one. A PCE. I've never done PCE videos before. Done PCP videos, but never that. Where is it at? Oh, is it after that? After the fact? The most horrifying delirium story ever written. So this one... Oh, benzitamine. That's the one I was reading. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. So yeah, I did that. That was my longest trip report I've ever fucking read. It's 49 minutes long, dude. It's a fucking long-ass trip report, dude. Very fucking long. Let's see, my most popular. We got the gasoline one is at 984,000, dude. And my one, the absolute horror of meth psychosis, has been going up a lot recently, which is crazy. There's some good videos on here. Let's check my analytics right now. Everybody talks too much. It started with a whisper. Remember that song? That was when I kissed her. All right, we're making good money on there. Got some good views. The absolute horror of heroin. That's a good one. I love that story. That's a really good story. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Trip Sitters podcast doing well. Getting a lot of views. But yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, I think I'm gonna go. If you guys got one more or anything, if you guys want me to ask it, I will wait here for another minute or so, and I will answer it if you guys want me to. But I appreciate you guys being on here. I appreciate you guys listening to my Kratom story. If you guys are still on there from that, I know when we started talking about animals, people started leaving. We were up to like almost 50 people, but yeah, no, now it's not as long. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you donating those memberships to those people. That's fucking awesome. And yeah, if you guys want to hear my full Kratom story, if you guys missed it, if you guys came late, it will be up here on YouTube after it ends. Yeah, it'll be on Spotify as well. Are you tripping now? I think we're always tripping. I think we're always fucking tripping. I think life is a trip, but I'm not like on psychedelics or anything. I'm not on tripping on anything. I'm drinking alcohol, so I guess I'm tripping off alcohol right now. The Shandon, I recommend. It was only $20. It's not like the actual like full on expensive Shandon. It was $20.99, but it's still a good tasting sparkling wine, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel really like better than beer, better than alcohol, better than liquor. I mean, it just yeah, it feels good. Appreciate you too. See you next time. All right, Concept Center, you are the goat of today's podcast for sure. All right, so hope you all have a wonderful day, wonderful night. This was the longest Tripsters podcast ever. Luckily, next time we'll have Vivek on. Hopefully, it'll be we'll talk about whatever. Maybe have another interviewer on. And yeah,